problems.
Keep it going.
His problems with the league. Obviously, you know, we wasn't keeping up in terms of technology, facilities, all that stuff. So once players had that mobility, they was like, bro, you know, they didn't want to come here, and the ones that were good didn't want to stay, man. You know, so outside of Timmy.
Yeah.
It's been a
crazy, man. Hey,
long time.
It has been, man. But hey, I went to that juice spot right there at the place where the sandwiches are. I was thinking I was getting a smoothie. Man, they had that cold pressed like leaf juice, bro. Oh, man, I was so mad, bro. I was like, yo, this tastes like lawnmower juice, bro. I was mad, bro.
That's hilarious.
That's what you get over there, man.
Upset.
No sugars, no artificial sugars, no artificial like all that. That's what you gonna get.
Man, no, I'm not looking for a bunch of sugar.
Some of it's cool. Like you just gotta look at the menu and you'll find something that like actually is like the. I don't know if you mess with those juices. They got ginger in it. It's a little spicy. But
yeah. With the cayenne pepper and all that stuff. I like those.
But hey, man. Hey, the show will continue, man. Don't forget to clock in, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Here we go.
Great Pharaoh. The gift of Troy is a fabulous fabric from the land of the 5 rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
We are back for another edition of Around the Shield, and we got a special guest in the building, man. The return of Big Mike Raider.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, good to be here, bro. Good to be here.
Oh, man, facts. Hey, man, we glad you back. We're gonna have a great conversation. Obviously, the the season hasn't gone the way it was supposed to, but we'll get into that's to say the least, man. That's being nice about it. But that being said, we'll talk about obviously what we should expect or hopefully to see from this team moving forward. I mean, obviously we don't have like huge expectations. I think I can speak for everybody on that, but at the same time, we do want to see some level of improvement. We'll get into that conversation. We also have another special guest. We were able to sit down and talk to Q Myers from Locked On Raiders, and I know you guys heard him on ESPN Radio, Raider Nation Radio, all that good stuff. We had a chance to speak to him, so we'll have that interview as well, and we'll be able to chop it up with him as well. But everybody that's pulling up, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Man, like I said, man, we got a great show lined up, man. But we need y'all to just hit that, hit that like button. Just clock in, man. If you like to say it, man. It's really that simple.
Nice.
It's really that simple, man. My guy, Chill Ray in the building, man. Says, what's good, people, man? Appreciate you pulling up. My guy, yeah, Coach, man. We got him, man. We had to bring him back, man. Hey,
sure. Yeah,
big. Yes, sir. But let's get into it, man. Hey, this is off topic, but we'll save this for another time, bro. But I was gonna get into a whole. It would have went left real quick, so I'm just gonna leave that out of here. But you know what? Should I pull out the that game? Well, not a game, but that 15. You spend 15, and you got to pick your lineup. Should I just go ahead and start that up? This is the start.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead.
Let's hit out the start with something light, man. Keep the people something light to begin with.
Get something positive, my guy. Just another DJ in the building, man. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy, man. Actually, might have stole this from him. He's the one that actually put me onto it. But let's go ahead and put this up here, and we'll see what it looks like here. So we got $15 to spend.
Okay.
And we gotta create the ultimate secondary with $15. So obviously, the way it's set up here is you got to pick a cross, and obviously each row represents how much you could spend. So there's $4. There's a $4 row. Yes, $4, $3, $2, and $1.
Okay.
And the free safeties all are across. Strong safeties all the way across. And those are the only ones. So, and the reason why I point that out, because it kind of gets tricky when you see like the nickel corners and some of the like the left corner and right corner. You can only pick who's ever in that section, the position section, all the way across. Okay. If that makes sense.
Gotcha.
So I'll give y'all some time to see who you guys would set up. Let me. I'll just start it off. To give y'all some time. Let's see. I gotta get Ed Reed in here, man. $4 right there. Gotta get Ed Reed. Okay. I gotta get Ed Reed. Strong safety. Troy. God, the safety's gonna be clean. I'm just instincts is gonna be crazy in the secondary.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get Troy. So that's 7. All right, that's 7. Let me see. Sanders. Can I go Sanders here? Man, this is where
I feel like it's like the Price is Right. You hear people yelling like
exactly
at you right now. Yeah, I feel like it's some Price is Right stuff going on in the chat right now, man.
No, facts.
So I'm gonna go. Oh man, I gotta get Woodson. I can't. It's a Raiders show, man. I gotta go with Woodson. Even though they got him in a Green Bay jersey, that's kind of disrespectful.
Yeah, what's up with that, bro? That's
what I mean. It's the Raiders show, man. They should have known better to put him in a Raider jersey.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even recognize who's that.
Right. So I'm gonna go Woodson for my nickel corner. I'm skipping because I know the corners are gonna be. So that has me at 11. So I got 4 more dollars to spend. I'm going Champ. Give me Champ. And Champ Bailey, that gets me at 13. So I almost have to go either between Law and Samuel.
Okay.
I don't know if Law could play in today's NFL, but I think Samuel can. So I'm gonna go Sante Samuel. I'm gonna go Sante Samuel. So just to recap. Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu,
Okay.
Asante Samuel, Champ Bailey, and Charles Woodson.
Okay.
Put some respect on Ty Law, man. Put some
Who
respect.
got
on
next?
Ty
Who got
Law,
next?
man.
Who got next?
I'll let the guest go. Let the guest go, man.
All right,
Go ahead, do your thing,
man.
Big Mike.
Come on.
Well, if I was the Raiders, I would just get everybody in the $1 section and then wait till next year to
Exactly,
spend
right?
the money.
Exactly.
But this
I
is
still
what I'll
got
do,
$10,
bro.
y'all.
Yeah, like, hey, I got $10. Just wait till next year when that list come out, man. We really about to do it. Bro, I'm a go with let's go with Ronnie Lott, $3. And then my strong safety, I'm going Lynch. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, I'm going with some hard hitters. And then we're gonna lock down at corner. So I got Sanders, then I got Bailey. And then we going Woodson.
I ain't mad at that.
Think that's good. What is it? 5, 9, 11. Yeah, see, there you go. 15 right there.
All right, so you went Ronnie Lott, you went Lynch, you went Deion Sanders, Champ Bailey, and what was the nickel again?
Woodson.
Woodson?
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, Aeneas Williams, man, he was nice, bro.
Aeneas Williams was
bro.
nice.
Aeneas was one. I was looking at Aeneas. I was
Super
like,
underrated.
Yeah, super underrated. But this is one of these. This is a list you can't even go wrong. To be honest with you,
You can't, bro.
so you went for lockdown corners and physicality with your safeties.
Yep.
I
playing
went for
man.
and I went for more ball hawk football. Like instincts is crazy because Polamalu was crazy. His instincts was wild, bro.
Yeah,
like he would. But they were physical. I'll say Ed Reed, Polamalu were physical too.
Oh yeah,
Right,
I mean they're all well rounded.
Yeah, exactly. But corners, I ain't mad at you, bro. You went lockdown. It's a passing league, so I get you.
Yep.
And you can't go wrong with Woodson. But Severe, man, it's all on you.
So it's a tough decision because I have to make a choice. Who do I want? Which one of these guys do I want more? Obviously, one of them played for the Raiders, the other one didn't. So it changed my strategy a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it like this. I'm gonna go with Ed Reed. Then I shall go with Cam Chancellor.
Okay.
Then
like
I'm
that.
gonna go with.
Like that.
I'm gonna go with Neon Dion.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go with Champ Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I think I have enough for Charles Woodson in that case. I think I got enough for Charles right there. So yeah, that's gonna be mine.
So you went 4, 5, and then you went 9, and then you said you went with Champ 11.
Champ and then Woodson.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we locking everything down, bro.
I was surprised you didn't go Revis. I was looking at Revis for a second. I'm like, is Revis?
I was looking at Revis too.
Modern day shutdown corner.
He had such a short prime though. I remember. Because I remember when Darrell went back to the Jets. Remember Terrell Pryor gave him 200 yards in the first half with the Browns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
Could do them foul. I was like, eh.
I mean, I feel like Champ Bailey longevity, man. You had a longer career with Champ Bailey.
Yeah, and he was like the prototype.
That's value.
Like,
yeah,
he was.
Ty Law was a dog, but I'm not sure if he would have been able to play because Ty Law was playing. He played in that era where you could be physical. Remember, they were starting to introduce those like ticky tacky calls on like bump and run, and you got 5 yards, and they were emphasizing that. And like a guy like Ty Law took advantage of that. That was a lot of his game, his physicality at corner. But I don't know if he was better. He's not better than Dion. I don't know. He's not better than Revis. Champ Bailey, no.
Me and DJ on the same sheet of music.
Asante Samuel, let's see, was it more of a
solid
ball hawk?
He
wasn't a shutdown, but he's like today's corner, like that ball hawk, like
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, Darryl Green, man. If you're looking for value, and if you're also considering special teams as well, dude would do it for you too. So. Man. I'm just thinking outside the box. That's it.
Not fact. Now, Darryl Green was a man. Fastest man in the league. How many years? How many times he won it?
Man, he was in his 40s beating people.
They still cooking people, bro.
You know what? Curious because we basically obviously we're being selective on how we spend it. But if you had to like guess, like who is your favorite free safety out of here? This first row.
My favorite free safety?
Yeah, free safety.
Ed Reed.
Ed Reed. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian Dawkins for me is like, close number 2. I like Brian Dawkins.
Yeah.
Weapon X.
Yep.
The original.
Man, that clip of who was it? It was a linebacker, Tequila Spikes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What he said, hallelujah. He said something. On the sideline, man, that's just wild, bro. Like he was a crazy hitter. Strong safety. Who you guys got?
Favorite there. I mean, Palomalu, but if Sean Taylor would have been able to play longer, it'd probably been Sean. But
Sean was a beast.
Yeah, I love Palomalu, but Lynch was my favorite. Too. He was one of my favorites too.
Lynch was a dog, man.
Yeah, I liked everybody on that Bucks team back in the day. Sapp and Derek Brooks and all them guys back there. Like they had a squad, bro. Underrated squad.
Oh yeah, that's one of the best defenses of all time. I mean, they had like their run. I mean, literally to the point where they won a Super Bowl because of their defense, pretty much.
Yep.
And let's see, corner. We going here.
Yeah.
Deion. Deion's the easy one. Deion's the easy one.
Yeah.
Deion.
Yeah, that's an easy one. That's
you
Rod.
can't.
I just missed it. Like that's Rod Woodson right here. Yeah, Rod Woodson.
And Rod Woodson he was a Raider. You know what I mean? Like I'll roll with that. Richard Sherman is kind of overrated to me because he was only good in a cover 3 situation.
Yeah.
So
and you play one side of the field too.
Yeah. So not really a big fan of Richard Sherman, and I gotta give love to Champ Bailey. I mean, the dude was a shutdown, the last probably shutdown corner that you can argue and say that. I mean, him and Darrelle Revis were like the last shutdown corners ever. You don't have those these days anymore. It doesn't exist.
Would you put Charles in there, or do you put Charles in that like hybrid role?
You could put him in a hybrid role.
Yeah,
because
hybrid.
he was a solid corner and he played safety. So
yeah.
Because when he started out in the league, he was on the outside.
He's on the outside, yeah.
And then with Green Bay, they kind of like moved him around, used him at safety, probably nickel and like stuff like that. But I mean, Charles wasn't too bad too. But yeah, Revis, Bailey, and I remember, Severe, you were saying that Champ wasn't physical.
No, he wasn't like a fit. Like no, he wasn't physical. Not in a run game.
He was
not in a run game.
He was a good tackler. He was a good tackler.
He was a willing tackler. A willing tackler. I was a
willing
good tackler.
Yeah, I'll say that. Another guy we didn't give no flowers to was Rondé Barber, man.
Man, I almost went Rondé with my picks, but I would have left money on the table. I love Rondé's game.
Yeah,
but he wasn't like you wouldn't put the same because you kind of like were shunning Sherman right for a second ago. Rondé Barber is kind of like the same kind of deal, like where he's a cover 2 corner.
Yeah,
I mean,
but playing in the slot though is that's a different world over there.
Yeah. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Dre Bly, like to me, he just seems like kind of a. You look at the history of corners, it's kind of a middle of the pack type of deal. Like he was good, but he's not anybody to Yeah, I don't think I'm spending $1 on him. You know what I mean? Like
exactly,
I don't know.
Exactly.
Like, like you give me for 50 cents, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's crazy. Aeneas Williams too. When I remember Aeneas Williams, I remember him with the Rams. With the Rams.
I only remember with the Cardinals.
The Cardinals. He played. I think he played for the Rams at the probably near
at the end of his career.
The
end of his career.
Yeah.
The Cardinals. He was one of the best in the league, bro.
Yeah, man. So that's the we're gonna keep this going. But that's pretty much our lineups. But we appreciate everybody coming.
Darren Sharper still in prison? I'm just saying,
bro. But I say,
I won't talk about it. But
Darren Sharper.
Shout out to Darren
Winning
Sharper.
the hardest hitting safeties in the league.
Man, I think doesn't he have I think he still has the record for most pick sixes, or most I think was it?
He has some kind of record.
Defensive touchdowns, it's like defensive touchdowns.
I think it might be defensive touchdowns. Might be defensive touchdowns.
because I remember
Charles
Charles
Woodson was
Woodson
creeping on him. Yeah, was creeping on him.
Yep. I think like Charles Woodson, like last one was like that fumble that he picked up and took all the way for a touchdown. It was in Oakland when they was playing in Oakland.
Yeah.
Seawood is one of the best DBs to ever play the game. Yeah, facts.
Oh, facts.
Oh yeah,
facts.
man, come on.
Yeah,
but people be sleeping on Rod Woodson, man. People be sleeping on Rod Woodson.
Oh yeah.
Rod Woodson was
Rod
Woodson is like, when they talk about the greatest corners, his name don't get mentioned enough. When he was a corner, Rod Woodson was locked down.
Yeah.
See, his name, when we remember his name, is obviously when he played for the Raiders, but he was playing safety. But when he played safety, though, that first year he was all pro free safety. I mean, he had like 8 picks that year. We all remember that big time, what was it, interception or touchdown against the Broncos.
The Broncos,
especially, man, that literally changed their season because they started 4-0, lost 4 straight, and then he had that big interception for a touchdown in Denver. I remember he was like, he had the gas mask and everything. He was out of breath. In Denver where the air is kind of like thin. Exactly.
Yep.
Champ was like 160 pounds, man, but he wasn't a bad tackler, bro. Like that's, come on, man.
He's a willing tackler. I'll never forget this because he one of the people. I think Dante Hall got him twice on what I consider the greatest juke of all time. When Dante Hall broke him off crazy. I think Dante got him twice. I think he got him the first time, and then Champ tried to get back into play, and he shook him again.
Yeah, I remember that. He we talking about one tackle, came back, and then like did like a back. I can picture that play in my head, bro. Like, that was nasty.
I mean, if we talking about DBs that got embarrassed, I mean, like we could pull up, Charles Woodson. Obviously, he had his moments. I mean, Grievous, he's had his moments.
Everybody got their moments.
Come on, man. Like, especially today's NFL, like it's almost like you're gonna get embarrassed in today's NFL with the rules the way they are. It's too hard.
You're gonna get yours on a week-to-week basis. It's chances are good, just with all the rules that they got now.
I'm trying to remember that pick Champ Bailey had against the Patriots in the playoffs is wild.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that. That was a big shift in the game. That was a big shift in that playoff game. Because I think the Patriots were about to score and they were driving, and then Champ Bailey picked it off, took it to the house, flipped the whole game. So he has big plays, big time plays right there, man.
We all knew it was the end when Champ got mossed by Torrey Smith. I'm not gonna lie, when Jerry Porter was like, he was getting on him a little bit. Remember, Jerry Porter had like that big 3 touchdown game against him.
Was that the snow game or
the snow game? That's like Jerry Porter's best game of his career.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That is crazy though. Somebody said it. Yeah, that is Barry Sanders did tear his ACL, bro. That's crazy. And then every time I think of John Lynch, though, I always think of Barry Sanders, like, getting him on that run.
John Lynch Barry Sanders did that to everybody.
I don't know if it was that same game though, because John Lynch had a smooth like funnel hit on Barry. I might have said it might have been that same game, but he had a smooth he caught Barry in the lane, and like very few people got that clean of a hit. Yeah, very few people got that clean of a hit on Barry. I was like, oh, that's when I was like, oh damn, this dude John Lynch is cold.
Yeah, he's cold, bro. John Lynch was cold, bro.
Yeah, man, that's one of when we talk about with him, it's like when you talk about the best safeties all time, you can't leave him out the list. It's hard though. Sometimes, like, do you ever get caught when you start thinking about players from back in the day? Like, do you think they could play in this era? Like, certain players would have translated, but certain players, I'm not sure if they would. That's why when we're talking about Ty Law, like, would he have been good in today's NFL? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. But like guys like Charles Woodson for sure, like Dion for sure, like Darrelle Revis, like for sure, Champ Bailey for sure. Would you? I know you described Richard Sherman that way. Would you say the same thing for Nnamdi?
Ooh.
Because I know you said Richard Sherman was kind of limited because he was like assistant. Basically called him assistant player.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue and say that because we went to the Eagles, he pretty much shit himself. It was like, damn, what happened to Nnamdi?
Yeah.
So If he would have did the same thing he did, with us, then you have something. But he kind of fell off when he went to Philly.
Yeah.
Nah, definitely. But to be fair though, it was kind of like the end of his
A little
prime,
bit, yeah. True.
You know what I
true.
mean? Like, because you remember the Raiders, like every year they were like franchising him, and then they finally was like, yeah, we're not gonna pay you like $20 million a year. Like,
Yeah,
it's time to go our separate ways. And then he went to the Eagles, and then obviously he got exposed. But I think he probably could have. I don't know if his heart was still in the NFL, because I know he wanted to be. Now he's like all Hollywood
like
now.
Yeah,
he's an
yeah.
actor and all that type of stuff. So I don't know.
See, the thing about Nnamdi is that like his success came in man. So like that's where like all his success was. So like when you asked him to be a zone corner, like that, like his skill set really didn't match that type of play.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and the thing about today's NFL is that like not a whole lot of teams running like heavy man-to-man coverage. So like he'd have to play in zone. He'd have to be able to do that. So would he be able to adapt? I don't know.
I put him in nickel.
Oh yeah.
Nnamdi had a higher peak than Sherman. Sherman had a better, longer career. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
Prime Nnamdi was a real deal. He would put the clamps on these receivers. Yeah, but like sometimes this type of system that you play in matters. I mean, like just to like probably pivot and talk about like the Raiders real quick. Like, do you think that like some of the players that's on this team, are they benefiting from the Raiders system right now? Like what they're running on defense, on offense? Because it's been a struggling season. I mean, to say the least. I don't know, Mike, how you felt before the season about how the Raiders were going to be and what they were going to do this season. I know me and Severe were kind of like, our expectations were pretty low. I mean, outside of like maybe the offense could do something just because of Chip Kelly and most of the talent, emerging talent was on offense. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, do you think what the Raiders are running on offense and defense fits the personnel?
I think they got too many people out of position. I think it could work if whoever's making these decisions need to be putting the right guys in the right places. First off, we're looking at Dylan Parham. He's on the wrong side at the guard position.
Yeah.
We got Jordan Meredith is playing center. He's not supposed to be playing center.
Yep.
Struggling at center. We got JPJ, who should be a center. And then you look at the defense, and you got Isaiah Polamalu, who should be, in the box. He should be doing more of that. So, to me, I think that it's just there's too many people that are out of position. So it's hard to say that the scheme isn't working. Now, what I will say is that Pete Carroll is his time has expired. I'm not calling for him to be fired, but I am saying that probably at the end of the season he should probably retire. It's time. It's time to move on. And I hate doing that because I love continuity. But what good is continuity when you're 74 years old and we're in a rebuild? Exactly. It's not a good look, right? And that was kind of my hope at the beginning of the season with Pete Carroll was, all right, well, you're coming here, you're 74 years old. You've proven over years that, you're a winning coach, right? You did it at USC. You did it with the Seahawks. Okay, you're going to come in here bring that special kind of culture that we've seen in years past. He seems to be just kind of past his prime. He lost his fastball. Whatever it may be, it's not there anymore. That magic isn't there from Pete Carroll. So, and that's the struggle that we're having right now. What do you do with somebody who's 74 years old that he's past his prime? I'm not saying he doesn't know how to coach anymore, but he's making a lot of bonehead decisions, right? Putting his people, putting his family in key positions. The line, it's not good. The quarterback coach and things like that, where we're struggling the most, So I don't know, man. I think that it's time for him to move on. I think as far as Max Crosby goes, man, I don't want to give away too much of my firepower, but and this is for everybody in the chat. We need to stop saying nobody's bigger than the Shield, right? Well, the way I see it, Max Crosby's bigger than the Shield, and I'm talking about the Shield circa 2003 to 2025. You know, this the same Shield that is a commitment to ineptitude, right? We haven't won. We haven't had a winning season. We had two winning seasons in a 20-year span. We haven't won any games that are meaningful. And then when we do suck, we suck at sucking. We can't get the first pick. We lose we lose games. We win games that we weren't supposed to win. So we're even sucking at winning.
Yeah.
We're at losing. We're sucking at losing. We're sucking at winning. Then in the offseason, we're sucking at the free agency. Like, it's
funny that you say that, because I'm like looking at players who I think are going to be available where the Raiders are going to pick, because I'm not even expecting for the Raiders to get the top pick or the top 3 pick or the top 5 pick. Yeah. I'm expecting them to get just to be outside of that, just because
number 8,
you know,
or
that's
something like that, right?
Like we expected it last year, and then we all seen what happened, and then you know we've seen it in the years past where we're like, we just missed out. So I'm looking at other players like, all right, this guy, I think he could be here. He could be a good player. Maybe the Raiders could target him. You know what I mean? Oh, this is a good edge class. Oh, okay, we might be able to target offensive line. To your point, Severe, like you were saying, I think we talked about it before. Like, we were talking about the offensive line, offensive tackle, but some of these offensive tackles, they might be better guards. You know, some of these guys might be better guards than offensive tackle, which, to be honest, we might need a guard. You know what I mean? Because Parham's a free agent. I don't know how you guys feel about the Jordan Meredith experiment. JPJ, does he need to go back to center? Like, there's a lot of moving parts here. And, like, if that's the case, then that means it opens a guard spot. But then you could probably say if we grab a tackle, then we can move Glaze inside. So there's a lot of different ways that the Raiders can probably, like, upgrade these spots. But I just totally forgot, man. Let's actually let's put this conversation on pause. We're gonna come back, and then we're gonna continue the conversation. But we had a chance, like I said earlier, to talk to Q Myers, and we were able to catch up with him and see his thoughts. And then once we finish with the interview, we'll continue the conversation. But here we go.
Oh.
Raider Nation, we got a special guest in the building. We got yours. We got Q Myers, man. We have a big time guest today. Great conversation lined up for you. Obviously, you guys know him from Locked On Raiders. You've heard him at ESPN Radio. You've also heard him at Raider Nation Radio. Man, we're gonna have a great conversation, man. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show. Really appreciate you guys.
No, yeah, man. Hey, look, we're gonna get into it, man, because we got a lot of questions about what's going on with the Raiders these days. But let's talk about it. I mean, obviously the season hasn't gone the way some fans have expected it to go. Obviously, wanted to be a little bit more competitive. Me and Severe, we've been talking about the team. We didn't really have like huge expectations just because of the roster. But what's your take on how the season's going so far?
I mean, it hasn't gone the way that anyone expected it to. There were some that believed the team was going to win 12, 13 games, go to the playoffs, make a deep run. I was never in that conversation. I thought it was an 8-win team just because of Pete Carroll's history, what he's been able to do. And I thought that would be a really good season, right? Based off what they did last year, they won 4 games. So you double that up first year with Pete Carroll. I think that's a really good way to go. And now then you can go off of that next year after that, then boom, you're in the playoffs. At least that's the trajectory in my mind. And obviously sitting there at 2-5 in the bye week now, it hasn't been what we all thought it was. And the worst part about it is it's not really the fact that they've lost games. L's are going to happen. It's the fact that they've been blown out 3 times, right? Washington got them, Indy got them, and then most recently Kansas City got them. So that's what's really stood out to me as the biggest surprise of, wait, hold on. Not only are they losing these games, but they're getting blown out. That's what I didn't expect to see by a team led by head coach Pete Carroll.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, can you kind of like fill us in as far as like how do you make sense of a hire? I mean, we've obviously, it's what is done is done. The Raiders obviously hired Pete Carroll, but at the time we kind of questioned it because how old he was and like where we kind of seen where the roster was at. We felt like they're a little bit of ways, and Pete Carroll, at his age, you would think that he probably would want to win now based off his resume, where he's coming from. I mean, how do you make sense of a hire like a Pete Carroll, and how can it make sense moving forward?
Well, I mean, it makes sense, and it's funny. I actually kind of questioned it at first when I started hearing rumblings that maybe Pete Carroll would be the guy that would be in line for the job, and I thought, I don't know, because he had, just been removed from Seattle. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe he's not really going to be that guy. But then when I thought about it, and when Ben Johnson got hired in Chicago, and you're starting to see other hires around the league, Mike Vrabel in New England, it's like, okay. Then Pete Carroll started to make sense, only not because he's the guy that got the job, but because you wanted a guy with a proven track record, right? A guy that had a resume that said, hey, I've been there, done that. I've built programs up, and I can do that again. So I thought, well, maybe they actually do need someone who's been there and done that. I mean, you look at the guys that came before him, right? I mean, Antonio Pierce had no experience, and I was a firm believer that AP was going to get things turned around, and just thought that he knew what he wanted, just didn't know how to get it. So, you have Josh McDaniels before that, and it's like, well, he doesn't have a very good track record as a head coach. And then obviously they get the big, long contract that all played out. So it's just, certain scenarios that just kind of, I looked at and I thought about it. I said, okay, well, Pete Carroll makes a lot of sense. And you're right. I mean, he's not a guy that's going to be there for the long haul. So in my mind, as I saw through training camp and practice and being out there, he's building this thing up in the culture of, I'm going to create a winner. I'm going to get this thing turned around. So whoever comes in next after me is able just to pick up and run with it, pick up the ball and go. And it just hasn't gotten off to that kind of a start. But I can tell you that all the players in the locker room, they all believe in their head coach. Do they question things at time? Of course, when you're losing, everyone's going to do that. But they're all together. They're in lockstep with each other. I was just in the locker room yesterday, and everyone still has smiles on their face. They have a good time. They're not dreading going to work. None of that stuff that we've heard before with previous staff. So I think that that's a good sign. It's just the results aren't there, and they've got 10 more games guaranteed in the regular season coming out of the bye week, starting with Jacksonville, to see if they can get this thing turned around.
No, definitely. That is a good sign.
Yeah.
That is a good sign. Go ahead, Sabir.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I know you've been with the team for a while. You've seen previous regimes. You've seen their OTAs, training camps before. You were with the team this entire offseason as well. And as you said, like, this is not the result that anybody expected. Some people had higher expectations. Some people had lower expectations. I skewed toward the lower end, but I didn't think it would be this bad. Can you can you put your finger on, like, why they're not having the success that I'm sure everybody in the building and a lot of people outside the building felt that they would have?
Well, I mean, the offense hasn't been explosive and hasn't been the strength of the team like I thought it was going to be. They go out and make the move for Geno Smith, and he's a guy that's a veteran quarterback. So it's not like you're relying on some rookie in a draft class where everyone said the rookie quarterbacks were pretty weak, right? So I thought at first, before they went and made the move for Geno, hey, man, just go draft your guy. I was very high on Shador. I still think he has a chance to be a good player, but obviously Cleveland doesn't, as they got him in the 5th round. They haven't played him yet. So we'll see. That's a whole nother conversation. But that was what I was saying throughout the course of, just leading up to the draft. Like, all right, just go get your guy, right? And then they went and made the move for Geno Smith. And I thought, okay, well, now they're not going to force a rookie on the field. So that's fine. Plus, he's got history with Pete Carroll. They can get things turned around. Chip Kelly, they bring in as the offensive coordinator. Okay, well, you saw what he did at Ohio State, just winning the national championship, and we know what his offense has been. So I'm, in my mind, thinking this guy is going to be able to set these players up to do what they do really well. They draft Ashton Genty. So, okay, now they're going to have a strong run game, right? They're going to have a quarterback that is more than just a compliment. He's a guy that can actually play at a high level. They've got Brock Bowers. We saw what he did his rookie year. They've got Big Mike, who hasn't been used at all in his career to the point where we thought he was going to be. Jacoby just came off a 1,000-yard season. So in my mind, everything makes sense. Trey Tucker's got speed. They draft Dante Thornton. He's got speed. Jack Besh, he's tough as nails. In my mind, again, everything made sense, and it was going to be a really good offense and the strength of the team, and really the defense was going to have to play catch-up and complementary football. And it just hasn't clicked. Geno started turning the ball over, and then it just seems like he was pressing every pass. It seems like after he started throwing interceptions, it seemed like every pass he was trying to make up for all those. And hopefully he comes out of that, coming out of the bye, and he's not that guy. But it just seems like when one mistake happened, it snowballed into 2, and that turned into 4, and that turned into 8. And it just, you know what I mean? It's just like you're trying to play catch up all the time. It's like owing money, right? And I'm taking money from you to go pay this guy, but now I owe you money. Now I'm going over here. You know what I mean? It's just like you can never really catch up in this game. And so that's just they've got to hit this reset. They're in the bye. They've got to come out. Hopefully they get healthy. Max on the defensive side of things. Hopefully they get all their guys back. Isaiah Pola-Miles, another guy to pay attention to. Is he going to be back after the bye? And then obviously their weapons on offense that were banged up as well. So then Colton Miller goes down. That's your left tackle. So then you got Stone Forsythe in there. So again, you can't make excuses. Every team deals with injuries. Every team deals with adversity. How do you deal with it better? And how do you overcome that? Raiders are still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, it's interesting because we agree. We agree 100% because we just had this conversation the other day, like how the disappointments that we had with the season and how it was going, and obviously the offense was something that we expected to at least be better than what they're showing now. But one of the things that came up was Chip Kelly. I kind of said before the season, I'm like, hey, Chip Kelly might be the biggest X factor on this team because if he can get this offense rolling, if he can catch the NFL by surprise. Hey, watch out for the Raiders early on. That would be probably my, I guess, explanation of how the Raiders can actually be good this season or at least be competitive. You explain it's a lot. There's a lot going on with the team. But what have you seen from Chip Kelly? Do you still have those expectations? Is he a good OC, or do you think that they might have to make that change maybe after the season or evaluate that offensive coordinator? I know he's the highest paid OC in the NFL or of all time.
Yeah.
I think
he's a good OC. I don't think we've seen enough yet. I mean, if that makes sense. I think that he has the ability to be a really good offensive coordinator. I think him being a head coach, that's another story. But I think that him being an OC is probably what he'll do best. He just hasn't gotten to his bag. And I don't know why. I can't tell you why he hasn't gotten into his bag, but I do expect him at some point to put it all together. Because he has the weapons. I mean, I was one of those that when they were talking about bringing in a veteran wide receiver, I was like, why? You really don't need one, right? You've got weapons. But the thing about this Raiders team, the reality is they have depth, or they don't have enough depth. They have top-end talent, but they don't have, real strong twos and real strong threes. And you know what I mean? So when they have guys go down, like a Brock Bowers, who is their number one target, when he goes down, and he's been compromised since week 1, and now he's missed 3 games in a row, I mean, then all of a sudden your offense is totally changed. And then Jacoby Myers goes down last week against Kansas City before he, never gets on the field. And it's like, whoa, your number 1 and number 2 targeted are down. And then, for some odd reason, you don't have a heavy emphasis on Ashton Genty. Like, if I went into the game knowing that my number 1 and number 2 are not playing, I'm feeding that young man hey, man, look, it's Thanksgiving dinner, right? You're getting fed all day, right? And if Kansas City loads up the box to stop you, fine. I'll let them do that because then at some point I can throw over the top and I can hopefully beat you. But that just never was the game plan. He got the carry on the first snap, and then that was it. It's like, wait, what's going on? He ended the game with 6 carries, and obviously it got away from the Raiders pretty quickly. I just don't think we've seen the best of Chip Kelly. I don't know if him and Pete Carroll are 100% on the same page as far as the plan of attack. I mean, we all know that Pete Carroll loves to run the ball, and he's made subtle comments in press conferences, specifically when I asked Pete about how do you settle Geno Smith down? How do you get him comfortable in this offense? And, he started to talk about it, and then, hey, now look, he's not calling the plays. He specifically said he ain't calling the plays and gave me that kind of look like, it's more blame to go around than just one guy. So to me, that let me know that maybe Pete wasn't as happy as he could have been with the play calling. And then we asked Chip the very next day about it. He's like, well, we're pretty balanced. We run the ball a lot. And so I don't know if they're quite on the same page. And this week, this time off, this is when the coaches have an opportunity to kind of get together and, compare, contrast, do some self-scouting and some evaluating on where they're at and where they're going.
Yeah. I mean, I know you kind of mentioned that you can't put your finger quite on why Chip Kelly hasn't gotten into his bag. And I've been a guy that, I've put my finger on several locations why, Chip Kelly hasn't gotten into his bag. I look at Chip Kelly as a guy that when he was in Philadelphia, he hired Jeff Stoutland, one of the best offensive line coaches in the league, remains such. He's been so good that through every coaching change, he's been there. I don't think that Chip Kelly, he went out and did a thorough search and landed on, Brennan Carroll. I think that was, something that Pete Carroll suggested. Obviously, Nathan Carroll is a guy that he's a QB coach. He's not the QB coach, but he's a QB coach on the team. Look at the quarterback. That is a guy that had a relationship with Chip Kelly. With Pete Carroll. So it seems like, there has been a lot of influence from Pete Carroll on this offense. And people often talk about we don't run the ball enough. we're fourth. I think Ashton Jeanty is fourth in the league in carries and the number of carries, but he's 118th in yards per carry. So it looks like, we've tried to run the ball, but at some point, where does the rubber have to meet the road, where we have to maybe change our offensive design or change how we approach the game to get the most effectiveness out of him and out of our other weapons, especially now that we don't know when we're going to be having Brock back, or we don't know what the situation with Jacoby is.
I mean, I think Brock and Jacoby are coming back after the bye. That's what Pete Carroll told us on Monday. Saw Jacoby in the locker room. He was talking about on Wednesday, or Tuesday, I should say, he was talking about, he's just trying to hurry up and get back out there. He's trying to get prepared for Jacksonville. So I think he's good to go. He just missed against Kansas City. Brock has been practicing, and they're not practicing anymore. They practice on Tuesday and Wednesday, but he was out there. So I think that, those are good signs for them coming back. And yeah, I mean, you can look at just straight numbers and say, well, the Raiders have done this. They haven't consistently given the ball to the running backs. They haven't. I mean, they've done it here and there, spot service here. I mean, look, the reality is Ashton Jeanty's most carries that he's had so far in a game is 23. And if anyone thinks that 23 carries is enough for a guy who ran the rock 750 times in college, they're mistaken, right? This guy should be routinely around 25 carries a game. I mean, he's a volume back. So, I don't think that there's been a big enough emphasis on the run game. And Raheem Mostert's a veteran as well. I think that opens things up and makes life a little easier on Geno Smith, so he doesn't have to play hero ball and think that he, has to do it all. But again, going back to Kansas City, they gave Ashton the ball on the first snap, and then they proceeded to throw the ball the next 4 or 3 or whatever. It didn't make any sense. And some of these are just wide receiver screens, whatever. But you don't have to do that. You can just give this guy the bulk of the lion's share of the carries and the attention, and let him do what he does. Because again, this guy is dynamic. You drafted him number 6 overall for a reason. You didn't draft him number 6 overall to ease him into action. I mean, this guy, he goes, right? And it's so funny in the locker room. There's multiple times reporters have said, after he carried the rock 23 times, like, man, that's your season high. How do you feel, man? How's the wear and tear on your body feel? And I just kind of roll my eyes, like, this dude carried the rock 750 times. Like, he's not a child. He's not this is not an egg that you have to protect. Like, I mean, the dude can carry. And so I pulled him to the side and I was like, look, man, I'm leading the charge here on please stop asking Ashton Jeanty about his carries, his workload, and if it's too much or how his body feels after 23 carries. And he just looked at me and kind of laughed. He's like, I did it in college. I guess, I know, right? I know. You 23 carries, that's nothing, man. That's nothing for him. I mean, he could do that. He carried the rock against New England week 1, 10 times in the fourth quarter alone, right? I mean, so, I mean, he could do that consistently if you give him the opportunity. I just think that they've got to figure things out. As Jacoby said, look, we're a team with a new staff around us. We're trying to figure things out. It doesn't come along as quickly as possible. And when we start to think that we have, good identity, then, teams catch up as well. They say, okay, this is what they like to do. This is, what they want to do. And they start keying in on that. So hopefully everyone gets healthy. I can't really answer the question 100% where, like, when's it going to happen or how's it going to happen? I don't know. I'd be lying to you if I act like I did know. I just think that they've got to continue to try to evolve this. I think they need to sit down, do some self-scouting on themselves, figure out what works really well for this team, get a handful of plays that the Raiders can execute offensively, and go out there and do that and then build off that. But until they really identify what they do really well, because does anyone know what they do really well right now? I don't think so.
Do anything wrong. I think that's the issue. Like perfect example, you point to the New England game where he carried 10 times in the fourth quarter. I mean, part of the reason why is that the Raiders were playing with the lead, right? Look at the Chicago game. That's a very tight game. Like, you can afford to hand Ashton Jeanty the ball 23 times because you're in a tight game. But look at the Colts game, the Commanders game, the Chiefs game. Like, it's hard to give your running back the ball when after the first drive you're down 14 points early, and you're like not like you've been that effective in the run game the entire season anyway. So I think like situations kind of dictate that. But I remember early in the year, because there was a comment made by Pete Carroll, I believe. I was talking about Ashton Jeanty. I think he was asked a very similar question, like, why isn't he getting the ball more? And he's like, oh, you know what? We want to break him in. We just want to break him. We want to ease him in. Right. But now, all of a sudden, I think, now those words have changed where he's like, man, we want to run the ball. So, like, was this some more of the friction, you think, between him and Chip Kelly, where there maybe was an initial plan in place, and now that the season hasn't gone how either of them thought, that they like kind of they're trying to adjust that plan midstream?
I mean, maybe. I remember when Pete Carroll was saying that, Chip Kelly said it as well. We're trying to get him into it and ease him into it and not give him too much of a workload. We're trying to get him to the finish line. And I'm like, yeah, that's good in theory. That's great to try to get him to the finish line, but can you get to the starting line? Right? Have you got to the starting blocks? Like, don't worry about the finish. Worry about the start, right? And get this guy lathered up. Again, you didn't draft him in the second round. You didn't draft him in the third round. You didn't be a compliment to your offense. You drafted him number 6 overall to be your offense, right? I mean, in my mind, my vision of this team was a heavy dose of Ashton Jeanty in the run game, the downhill running game, and a heavy dose of Brock Bowers. And everything else was going to be built off of that. And if you get the running game going and established and you give them the rock a lot and every team knows that, hey, man, we're going to have to deal with number 2 a lot throughout the course of the game, then that's when play action pass becomes that much more effective. And that's when Brock opens up. That's when Jacoby opens up. That's when Big Mike's down the seam. That's when you take shots at Tucker and take shots at Thornton. Like, everything evolves off of the 12 personnel that, we've been talking about for a couple years now, right? The couple tight ends out there, just and the strong run game. It just hasn't got there for one reason or the other. And I can't tell you why that is. I don't know why it hasn't evolved that way outside of, I know guys aren't there. Colton's down. Mike Mayer misses a couple games due to concussion. Brock's been banged up. Jacoby misses a game. It's just for one reason or the other. Again, it just seems like a whole lot of snowball effect and a lot of bad things to happen for the team. And it results in them being 2-5. But, again, the biggest thing to me, my biggest issue is not, why they're losing games. It's the 3 blowouts that really have bothered me the most, because those I just didn't see and think were going to happen with head coach Pete Carroll.
Yeah, man. And I just to piggyback on what you were saying about Ashton Jeanty's usage, and that was kind of one of my criticisms of Chip Kelly. It's not even about like how much, it's just like they're not utilizing their best offensive weapon, especially with Brock Bowers out. We all know Brock Bowers is probably their best offensive weapon. And it's just like, once he got out, it's almost like they don't really know what to do with Ashton Jeanty. I mean, we heard all the talk throughout the offseason about, getting him the ball in the pass game. And we've heard all these good things. And I'm sure you were there too as well. And you're probably seeing it firsthand and seeing Ashton Jeanty running routes and all this. And I just feel like they have really done in my opinion, they've done a really bad job as far as getting him in space where I think he is special, where he can break those tackles, where he can probably create explosive plays. We just haven't seen that yet. I don't know if they're maybe, and to Severe's point about, how Chip Kelly uses the running back position. I mean, if you go back to his college days, I mean, with Ohio State, he had a couple of running backs. So it's easy for him to just go back and forth. But like with the Raiders, you got Ashton Jeanty, and Ashton Jeanty's a feature back. And you got a Pete Carroll who obviously, is used to having that number 1 guy. Like, I'm just hoping that Chip Kelly can figure it out moving forward to see like what they can do. But I'm like, is you think there's a disconnect on how to use the running back position with Chip Kelly?
No, I don't think I think he knows how to use the running back position. I just don't think he's using them the way that we all expected him to, right? I mean, again, I think Ashton's receiving out of the backfield is a lot underrated. I don't think people realize how much he can catch the ball out of the backfield. You saw that really good wheel route that they ran in, what was that, week 2, week 3, or whatever it was. I can't remember at this stage of the game, but a really good wheel route. He can do that. He can be effective in the passing game. He can be effective in the running game. He's literally, as Kirk Morrison joins my radio show every Monday, he's a 20-5 guy, right? 20 carries and 5 catches a game. Like, he easily could be that dude every single game. You don't have to ease him in. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to coddle him, right? He's a grown man that could do some grown man things. Ask the defenders that are trying to bring him down. He's not an easy tackle, right? I mean, he's could be that guy. He should be the engine to your offense. He should be exactly what you build this team around. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of conversations had in the bye week. That's what it's for. Sitting down and saying, this is what we did well. This is what we didn't do well. How do we adjust it? That's all they could do at this stage of the game. Like, they can't go back and fix Washington. They can't go back and fix Indy. They can't go back and finish what they didn't start at Kansas City. Like, they can't do any of that. They just have to do it moving forward. So that's what they hopefully are working on. Again, they had a couple days of practice this week. The guys are happy to get away from football for a couple days and clear their mind and come back next week and get ready for Jacksonville. That's literally all they can do. So we'll see how it continues to evolve. I don't think that Pete Carroll, I don't think his age is a problem. I think Pete Carroll's a hell of a football coach. He clearly, he's probably forgot more football than most of us will ever know. So I don't doubt that at all. I've seen him build programs before, whether it was USC, whether it was Seattle, whatever the case may be. He can get it done. It just hasn't happened yet. And as he said multiple times, he's surprised that the team isn't further ahead than they are. And so hopefully they get this thing figured out. And if they don't sooner rather than later, then you'll probably see them go into a full rebuild mode. And then who knows what happens after that. And so it's kind of one of those, difficult conversations, right? I mean, are you trying to build for the future? Or are you trying to win right now? And what it felt like to me from the jump is the Raiders were trying to do both. And that's just not easy to do. It just isn't.
Well, let's talk about it. I mean, we obviously the Raiders are on a bye week right now. Do you think moving forward, we're going to see a lot of the young guys kind of get some snaps? Because that's kind of been an issue throughout the season where we're like, well, why is Jack Bech, your second round pick, not really getting into the game? I mean, as of recently, I think he's been getting more snaps, I think more than Dante Thornton. But like moving forward, do you see some of these, rookie D linemen, are they going to be active on game day now? Like what is your outlook on this season?
Yeah, I mean, they could. All right. I do expect to see more of the young guys get some burn, in the second half of the season. And it's theory, the second half, because they have 10 games. But, I think that you'll start to know what the feeling is inside the building of this season by how much burn they get. Because the reason why you play veterans is because you're trying to win right now, right? The reason that you play the young guys is you're trying to get them some experience and hope that they can grow into the players that you want them to be at some stage of the game. So when you're trying to do both at the same time, it's hard to get Jack Bech out there and have him play a whole game when you have who's he's taking the snaps from? Jacoby? Is he taking his snaps? Well, then what are you doing with Jacoby? Who's taking, this insert, who's taking Adam Butler snaps? Is Tonka Hemingway taking Adam Butler snaps? Is he taking Jonah Laulu snaps? I don't think so. So, you know what I mean? So it's like a fine line. Like everyone wants to see the young guys play. The one guy I will say that I think should be playing is Darian Porter, and that's only because Caillou Blue-Kelly was struggling. But then you saw Eric Stokes. He went down. And Eric Stokes is having a quiet, good season. I think he's playing some good ball at the one corner position. So when Caillou Blue-Kelly, is struggling, then I think Darian Porter should be in there. I expect to see him, probably a lot more coming out of the bye week just because, like I said, Caillou's been struggling. But outside of that, I mean, who are you taking snaps from? That's whenever people always say that, oh, the young guy should play, I don't disagree, but I just say, how are you going to replace him? Right? Whose spot is he taking? It's like when you have a top 10 conversation. Well, this player should be in the top 10. This player should be in the top 10. Okay, cool. Who are you taking out? Right? I mean, it's easy to throw someone in, but you can't have a top 10 and have 15 guys. So who are you taking out? That's the conversation that you really have to have. Like, okay, you want to do this. Who's going to suffer because of that? That's always the big question. And that's the question that I think a lot of people don't really never have the answer to. Now, the trade deadline is coming out November 4th. If they move Jacoby, okay, well, then maybe now you have more snaps for Bech. Maybe Thornton's back on the field more. I mean, like that could work out that way. Trey Tucker, he's leading the team in receiving right now. You taking him off the field? I doubt it. Right? So, I mean, again, like who's taking these spots if you're bringing all these other guys in? So once you see a heavy dose of the young guys, I think you know what the time is inside the building.
Right. So I think it sounds like they're probably not all the way there yet, and then there's certain things need to happen, certain dominoes need to fall. Like you mentioned, Jacoby Myers possibly might get traded and moved, and that might open up some snaps. But we'll see, man, moving forward how this season goes. Me personally, and obviously I think we can all agree, we just want to see an improvement. We want to see a better product out there. So hopefully at some point, this, as the season goes along, we see some of these guys get better, then we can actually have a look on what's going to happen for the Raiders moving forward. But Q, man, we appreciate you coming on, man. We love your takes. We love what you do for Raider Nation and for the Raiders. Man, appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, actually, go ahead and let the people know where they can find you if they obviously haven't been able to check you out before, and what to look forward to moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned at the top, man, I got the Locked On Raiders podcast. We do that every Monday through Friday. It's always out super early in the morning, so whenever you get up, usually it's available there for you. Raider Nation Radio 920, do that Monday through Friday, 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. ESPN, talk all sports, not just football or the Raiders. Do game night every Monday through Friday. That's at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So yeah, man, I'm like a stop sign, man. I'm all around town, on my way to the TV station right now to do another Raiders conversation. So yeah, I'm just trying to do whatever I can do, man. Trying to be where I can be and get as much out there as possible.
Man, hardest working man in the biz, man. We appreciate all the work that you do, man. Hopefully, we'll have you on here soon. Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
No doubt, man. Keep up the good work. Appreciate y'all.
Yep. And everybody watching, man, the show will continue, and we'll continue the conversation. All right. We back. We are back, man. We back to continue the conversation, man. Salute to Q Myers, man. Great conversation. He was able to fill us in as far as his thoughts on the Raiders and, you know, what it's going to look like moving forward. I mean, we'll see how it shakes out. I know, like, a lot of Raider Nation was kind of like, you know, they've been disappointed with the season and how it's went. But before we do anything, man, make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We appreciate everybody coming through. Raider Way, he had some jokes earlier. He said something about, I think Severe wants to see more of Tommy Eichenberg. I mean, is that that might
First
be?
of all,
Oh yeah. Man. See him on a waiver wire. That's
Hey, there you go. Damn.
Nah, but for real though, like, who's like, if we can, Mike, if let's start off with you. If there's one player that you want to see, like, improve, or you want to see more of as far as their game as the season goes along, who would that player be on offense or defense?
There's two people that come into mind. They both play corner. Where the hell is DeCamerion Richardson, and where the hell is Darian Porter? What are we doing? What are we doing? I almost forgot that DeCamerion Richardson's on the team. To be honest with you, man, I forgot about him.
He hasn't got any snaps.
You know, I'm like, what are we doing, man? I mean, is it a scheme fit, or, you know, he's fallen suit to the compete situation? You know what I mean? Like, there's too many people. It's a double standard with this whole compete thing. I feel like he's on the wrong end of that. And to be honest with you, we should have never got rid of Jacorian Bennett. Jacorian Bennett would be our best corner right now by far. And, you know, we got rid of our best corner on the team for a guy who's a rotational defensive tackle. Yeah. So, but I digress. I want to see two corners, a whole different rotation of corners out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that at all.
Severe, who is the player on offense or defense that you want to see, like, kind of like improve, or at least like a guy that you want to see that, okay, he's going to be part of the Raiders foundation moving forward?
Can I get JJ Pegues and Tucker Hemingway for 500, Alex? Like
please.
Like,
yo,
you know,
please.
like, can we get these guys on the field? It's like when they've been on the field, they've flashed. Now I know it's tough because, you know, obviously Laulu's playing well. They traded Jacorian Bennett for Thomas Booker, so they have to almost justify that trade by making sure he's active and playing. You know, Adam Butler, you know, quietly has been probably our second best defensive player. You know, if you want to put Max at one, Adam Butler's probably two. Man's double teamed every play. People are eating off the attention he's getting, including Laulu, including Max. So he's the only guy I've seen consistently getting double teamed. They're sending chips at Max. They're sending double teams at Adam Butler. So, you know, but so let a guy like Tonka Hemingway, a guy with that high motor that has those movement skills, that actually shows some pass rush moves. Let's see that guy in the game. Let's see, you know, JJ Pegues getting in there on a rotation, a big guy who also has some athleticism. Like, these are going to be the foundational pieces of our defensive line going forward, because, you know, I think Adam Butler's 31. You know, obviously Laulu is young, but Thomas Booker may not be here for the long run either. So, like, let these guys get on the field. We drafted them in the third round. Like, that should be a starter or a heavy rotational piece. So far, we're getting absolutely nothing out of any of our third round picks right now. Well, we got. Never mind. I'm thinking about Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant. Those other guys were getting late. But yeah, Darian Porter, another third round guy. We haven't seen him at all either. So it's like half the draft class isn't playing, and it's, you know, on a bad team, that's not a good look.
No, I agree. I do want to see, like, Darian Porter out there more. I think, I don't know what it is. They got this love affair with Kelly, at corner. He can do no wrong in the coach's eyes. He's like the guy. He obviously he won the spot like out of training camp, but I mean, you drafted Darian Porter, that 3rd round pick. I mean, this is a perfect.
Did he win the spot? Because who was the starter? But like, how long did Kelly have like the starting role? Because the entire offseason, who was the starter?
Darian Porter.
And then we even at one point they had DCam as the other guy. So it was Porter and I mean, Stokes has been a stalwart over there, but they always had Jacorian Bennett as the back burner, even though all the reports I heard was like in one-on-ones, Jacorian is the best guy in the one-on-one situation. He was the most locked down corner we had one-on-one. But, in team drills, he was running with 3rd and 4th string. That's what we kind of knew to run on the wall. And then the rotation at the other corner was DCam and Porter, and then they got that safety, I think LJ something. I think he was up there. And it wasn't until like the last week that was like, Caillou Bukele has emerged as a name. Like what? Like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
They got nervous. They got nervous starting a rookie corner. Even though, like, Carroll, like in the past, he's had a history of starting rookie corners. I mean, if you look as recently as a guy that's Tariq Woolen. It's funny though. He's currently on the trade block. According to rumors, they're saying that he possibly might be out there. So I don't know. And this is another question. I didn't even get a chance. I wish we had a chance to ask you about this, but I guess it's a good. Let's start now. The Raiders we're hearing them in rumors. In the trade rumors, we're hearing Jacoby Myers, he could possibly get traded, but we're also seeing that they possibly might be buyers. They're looking to add corners and defensive line, according to like athletic NFL insider Daniel Orsini. She went ahead and like put that out there, but I thought that was interesting because I'm like, oh man, the way this season is going, does it make sense to trade for people? I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's going to change anything unless like they trade for someone that obviously is going to be part of the long-term future of the team. But the likelihood of that, I don't know if this is the perfect time to do that. I mean, Mike, do you think it's a good idea for the Raiders to actually look for players to add to the team, or are you looking for the team to trade some players to get some future compensation?
The only scenario where I would see them making a trade to gain players is if you're completely trying to change the culture right now. And that would mean getting rid of a Max Crosby and additional whatever for somebody like CJ Stroud or something. You know what I mean? It would have to be something like we're getting a quarterback of the future type of deal. Like that would be the only scenario, and that's not going to happen, right? We're Max Crosby's the centerpiece and the cornerstone of this whole operation, and we should treat him as such, right? And that means that everybody else is expendable at this point, besides Ashton Genty and of course Brock Bowers. But everybody else can go. To be honest with you, if we can get something for Dylan Parham, let's do it. We can get somebody for Malcolm Kuntz, let's do it. If we can get somebody for anybody, I will probably even put JPJ on that list of people we want to kind of keep around too. But everybody else, they can go, bro. They can go.
Man, speaking of JPJ, I heard. Well, I want to say there's nothing concrete, but people are kind of putting that in the universe right now. They're saying like, can JPJ be a guy that they possibly trade? I would hate to see that. I think that would be the dumbest. I want to say the dumbest move, but I just feel like, how does it make sense? You got a young. I'm not saying that he's perfect. I'm not saying he's playing great football, but he's still a young interior offensive line and talented offensive lineman on a rookie contract. Like it wouldn't make sense to trade him away. Like, especially if we're being honest, like I don't know how long this coaching staff is going to be here. And then you're going to, and a guy, JPJ, he's under contract for the next 3-4 years with the team. So it's like, I don't know. I just don't. That doesn't make any sense to me. But I agree. To be honest with you, I'm looking for the Raiders to be sellers at the deadline. Hopefully they can get some picks, maximize that. My guy Raider Ray says it's a complete rebuild. We'll see what the Raiders do after the bye week, because you think that first game out the bye week will say a lot about what the team feels about the season moving forward. Are we going to see like a whole bunch of young players? Or are we going to see more of the same, where it's going to be a lot of guys in front of these young players who are not getting the opportunities that we want to see? Because I know Q, he was saying that, well, it's kind of hard to really, give some of these young guys opportunities when you have like guys like Jacoby Myers, who are you going to take away snaps from him? I mean, because I know a lot of people were like asking for Jack Besh to get some opportunities. And that's a guy too, by the way, too, that I want to see improve as the season goes along. Because we got to see, because if he's not improving, or if he's not, it doesn't look like a good pick. I mean, it might make sense to keep Jacoby Myers around if he's not that, I know they spent that second round pick on Jack Besh, but like, we got to figure out, is he a good player? Like, we don't even know that. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say this. We don't have any number one receivers. And even with Jacoby Myers, he's not a number one receiver. So even if you do keep him, you still got to find somebody who's that number one receiver. Jack Besh will never be a number one receiver in this league. Exactly. Dante Thornton will not ever be a number one receiver in this league. So you got to go looking for somebody who's going to be a game breaker on the opposite side of Brock Bowers. You need to do it.
Yeah, man. No, and it's funny that you say that before you chime in, Severe. I was looking at like I don't know what came up. It was on social media, and they were like showing like the best. I think it was like the best play that Devontae Adams had as a Raider. Then I was looking back, like one of the best throws that Derek Carr had, and one of the commonalities in both those plays was a number one receiver, or at least a talented number one, maybe high end number two in Michael Crabtree. Then you got Devontae Adams, which I feel like the Raiders don't have. They don't have both those players are not on the roster currently. Respect to Jacoby Myers, but I think Michael Crabtree is a better player than him. Obviously, we know Devontae Adams is
he's marginal though. I don't think he's like way better. I think he's way better. I think he's marginal. But,
I think he can be better if he had another guy with him. He can't be focused as the guy, because even with Michael Crabtree, there was for a second Amari Cooper on the other side.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if you could say marginal when he's been productive more years than not than a Jacoby Myers. I mean, I understand he had like 1,000 yards with a no quarterback, but I mean, like if you look at like some of Michael Crabtree's productive years, some of it was in San Francisco. And would you say a top 10, 15 quarterback was there? I don't know.
Who was the quarterback at that time? Alex Smith?
Alex Kaepernick?
I mean, that's like those comparison. You comparing those dudes to Bailey Zappi, and like that's like a rookie Mac Jones. Like it's not a comparison. The second he got in a situation where he was getting targets, with not even semi-competent quarterback. It's still bad quarterback play. He started the year as a number 3 guy, then finished the year as a number 2 guy behind Brock, and missed games due to injury. Still put up 1,000 yards. So I mean, he's got opportunities. He was productive. So I mean, like I said, it's marginal. I think Michael Crabtree is like a better talent, but Jacoby's probably one of the best route runners in the league. One of the best blockers at wide receiver in the league. Well, not this year. Traditionally in the past. Obviously has some of the best hands in the league as well, which Crabtree did also. So he's just a different player. He's not really a jump ball player, so he's not going to like Crabtree was. He was a master of he get in the air. He can make some acrobatic catches. You don't really see that much out of Jacoby. Jacoby's just a precise guy. He does most of his work on the ground, but we don't have a quarterback that's delivering accurate passes on time now, so it looks a little bit different. But I mean, it's I think this Jag game is going to say a lot. Not necessarily well, first of all, like if the Raiders are putting out this nonsense that they're buyers and sellers, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, how can you be a buyer and a seller? Like that's stupid. Like, bro, you want at this point you got to be one or the other. Like you either think you can win this year, which if they do, they're idiots. Which I hope they're not going in that direction. The only way I see us making trades and acquiring players is if it's player for player swaps. If we have any trades involving picks, fire everybody. Get rid of everybody in the front office. Mark Davis sell the team. Tom Brady, you sell your portion. Have your boys sell. Like, get rid of everybody because we're not in a position to be giving away picks, bro. Like, we're just not. Like, like at this point, we need to be hoarding as many picks as possible. So I can see us being sellers, but this Jag game is going to say a lot because I don't think we're going to play young players in the Jags game. I think we're going to go do exactly what we've been doing, and we're going to see right now, has this team quit on Pete Carroll? Depending on their, looking at their effort in that game, we're going to know for sure, do these guys think that Pete Carroll is the guy that can lead them to not necessarily the promised land, just to winning? And if they come out with the same type of effort that they came out against KC with, then we already know the answer.
Oh, yeah. I got a question for y'all. Do you try to trade Michael Mayer now? Because the future is Brock Bowers. The future is Brock Bowers. What's the point of trying to hold on to a second tight end of his caliber if you know eventually you're going to lose him? And his values at the highest is going to be right now. Would you include that in the trade? I think I'd trade him right now, to be honest with you.
What can you get for Michael Mayer? I mean, what is he?
Probably
he hasn't been like super
fifth.
productive.
Yeah. Fourth or fifth, but next year that fourth or fifth might be a sixth or seventh. That's what I'm saying. You got to strike when the iron's like lukewarm. That's about as good as it's gonna get, right? You know what I mean? I don't want to say when the iron's hot because he's not like a hot commodity, but he could do better elsewhere, I think. And then you get value at its highest right now. He's a marginal. He gets the job done at the tight end position. Probably would be a better tight end elsewhere. Maybe feature him somewhere else. And you get fourth or fifth round pick.
Man, it sucks too because like we've all last two off seasons, all we heard was 12 personnel. How that's going to be like a big, advantage for the Raiders, and how but due to injuries, quarterback play, we just haven't been able to see that through. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Jacoby, yes, just because like if they're not going to sign him to a contract, we might as well get something for him, and I think they can get a guaranteed pick. But Michael Mayer, oh man, I don't know if we're gonna get any value for him. I think there's gonna be teams that are gonna try to like
lowball us
for sure, because they're gonna be like, oh man, what has he done? I mean, he missed the entire season last year, and he had a concussion this year, and he just had.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if it's gonna make any sense.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations where it's like, internally they have to know what the plan is with Michael Mayer. They know that if they figure or they feel very confident that he's going to be around, he's going to want to come back to the Raiders if they try to sign him, because he's a second round pick. So then I like to have a team option on him. Right. And that they're actually going to, utilize him and get the best out of him, because they really haven't thrown him the ball a lot this year. He really hasn't been that great in the run game as a blocker this year either. Man, that's the problem. That's the problem. His hairline too good, bro. Pete Carroll, look at Brock Bowers' hairline, trash. Dylan Lobby's hairline, trash. Michael Mayer got a full head of hair, bro. He's he out of here. He out of here. But it's like it depends on what we can get for him. If we can get, like I said, if we can get a fourth or a fifth for him, it might be a better situation to take that now. And then as opposed to what you could potentially get for him, or you're forced to try to rehabilitate his value all of a sudden, and then you can't do it. So now you have to wait through the year, and then now you get that where, like Mike says, a fourth or a fifth turns into a 6 or a conditional 6 or something like that. It might be best to just cut our losses. I mean, I like Carter Runyon. Ian Thomas is, but he'll be going after this year most likely. So, the guy is going to be Brock, and then we can find a complimentary tight end, later in the draft if need be. Because Michael Mayer, he had a great camp, but he hasn't been what I thought he would be this year.
Probably an even better blocker, just because we know what Brock is going to give us at that tight end position. It's going to be more of a receiving, type role. Than maybe
Lee
even
Smith,
a better
Kevin Boss,
because Michael Mayer is supposed to be that better blocker, but it's like he can be inconsistent at times, and he, we also know that he could probably give you something in the receiving game, but he's not like an explosive guy like a Brock Bowers is.
Yeah.
So I get it from that perspective. I mean, like, I think that Jacksonville game is going to be right before the trade deadline? When was the trade deadline?
November 4th.
Yeah,
think
it's going to be right
4th.
before. It's right before it.
Yeah.
So right before, so if that Jacksonville game it's a blowout, then there's a possibility maybe it's a fire sale. Like they start letting
that Sunday night, right? Yeah.
Yep. Starts telling
Yeah.
teams like who's available, and like we all know, like obviously Jacoby Myers. You kind of throwing Michael Mayer in there. Yeah, I could possibly see that.
Because here's the thing, bro. Like, say you get the max value out of Michael Mayer, right? Whether it's this year or next year, it's better if it's this year if you get the max value out of him, right? Because then he's a better trade bait. If it happens next year, now he outpriced himself, and now you get absolutely nothing for him because you're not going to sign him again, and he's proven that he can be a pretty good tight end elsewhere. So that's why I say right now will be the good time to get rid of him via trade. That's the only reason why I would.
Shout out to 85 Raider. He says if you can get a 5th for Mayer, pull it as soon as possible. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
He ain't been good.
Now
He ain't
the
been
more
good
I
this
think
year,
about
man.
it, it's like, yeah, I guess because now you got to like solidify like the roles on the team. Like, what are we like? We need someone that can block. We need guys that can block. You got Genty and Bowers. Those are your two best offensive weapons. You need to start building around them, and you need to get guys who can obviously complement them. And a guy that can complement an Ashton Genty and a Brock Bowers is a good blocking tight end, which I'm not sure if we have that on the team right now.
We don't. And we also realistically, we also need a better RB2. Like Mostert is not the answer. We thought Zamir White could be the answer. He's obviously not the answer either. Because, like if we run the football, like we talk about how much we don't run the football. Genty is 4th in the league in carries. And I know, Q was saying like, oh, give this guy the ball 23 times a game, but like that's not realistic. And that would like put like this. We thought that John Gruden ran Cadillac into the ground, right? When he was in Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah.
The year that the most carries he had in a year was I think it was 290. Plus he had 20 receptions that year. So that's 310 touches. If you run the ball 17 or 23 times a game for 17 weeks, that's like 300 something. That's like 300 something carries. Just carries, bro. Like you think you would demolish this man. Like he's been hit hard twice. The first time in preseason, he had to go to the blue tent. Then a big hit he took in, like I forgot, a few games ago, he had to go to the sideline for that game. Like you don't want to get this dude beat the heck up this early in his career or this early in the year. You need a complementary piece. He's already 4th in the league in carries. You need another guy that can complement him, give him some rest, and still be semi-effective. Because if not, he's going to be Cadillac. He's gonna be out it'd be good 2 years, and then a shell of himself, year 4 and 5.
He's basically getting hit at the line of scrimmage every damn play.
Yes.
If he wasn't a running back, he is. He'd be having 2 yards a pop right now. Yeah, he's dragging defenders for extra yardage. So, yeah, you're right, man. I mean, you got to protect your asset. I'm not saying give him 10 carries like as little as we saw, in some games either. You know what I mean? But keep him in a rhythm.
He's averaging 16 carries a game right now. I think that puts him about like 200 and something. It's still like high 200s, but it's not like 300 something. If you're trying to give him 23, like you said, like even the best backs in the league, they're not getting that many carries.
Right.
Shout out to my guy Ruben Russ with the super chat, man. He says having a good tight end too doesn't benefit a Raiders team with this many holes. Plus, Mayer has health and mental health issues. Trade him for a 5th or 6th.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, look. At the end of the day, like we all know that tight end, the future of that tight end room lies with Brock Bowers. So you are right that having a Michael Mayer is a luxury. And even if let's say if he did play well, let's say if he did ball out and played well, like are the Raiders realistically going to keep a Michael Mayer on the roster? You know what I mean? Like they most likely he probably hit up free agency, or they might end up trading him to the highest bidder. It's more of a luxury thing. But like I said earlier, man, I think you need to start building around Ashton Jeanty. And that's another thing, too, to speak to your point, Severe, about you don't want to run Ashton Jeanty. Appreciate the super chat, Ruben. You don't want to run Ashton Jeanty to the ground, but there's other ways to get him involved that we just haven't really seen. I just feel like we haven't seen that consistently. Like maybe one game, like, oh, okay, Ashton Jeanty got some passes. And next game, it's like, and that kind of speaks to maybe the Raiders' like inability to like have an identity on offense. Like you don't know what to expect from the Raiders each game on offense or just from the team. And that's just the Raiders this year, man. It's just super inconsistent. That's what I want to see moving forward, like the second half of the season. Like find a way to get the ball to Ashton Jeanty outside of just running the football. Like what can he do in the pass game? Fine. I just want to see that. Just let's see what it looks like, because these are the guys that you spent high draft picks in at number 6 overall. Obviously, we know Brock Bowers is going to get the fall. Even Brock Bowers, you can make an argument. We haven't really seen Brock Bowers utilized. I mean, he's been unhealthy, to be fair.
Hurt. Yeah. Week one, he put 100. He put up 100 something week one. So I mean,
but there's still a what if factor with Brock Bowers, because we're like, man, like when you go look at what the Indianapolis Colts are doing with Tyler Warren. They're rushing the football on goal line with Warren. I'm like, man, like Brock is way more athletic than a Warren. Yeah. So they could, you know, you could picture. Yeah, go ahead.
Look. Play call, man. Play call.
Look at this. See. Listen to yourself. Imagine. We're at the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal. We need a touchdown. We run the ball with Brock Bowers and we don't win. What will people say? So, you know, you can't say we need to feed Ashton Jeanty and this, and then be like, but I want Brock Bowers to get some carries. Like,
well, that wasn't my point though. My point was just more get to playmakers of football. That's my point. I wasn't saying
I feel you, but except it was like, because if we run Brock Bowers, bro, like heads will explode everywhere. Like they will go crazy. So like, you know, it's like people say they want one thing, and then like they'll say, oh man, we need to run Ashton Jeanty 50 times a game, and they're like, yeah man, but Jeanty, he hasn't really been getting off outside of the Colts game and the Bears games. Well, the offensive line is not blocking for. I'm like, bro, well, how do you want us to run him and then say the offensive line ain't blocking? Like, which one is it? Like, you can't be like, oh man, you got to run him. But he's gonna be running into defenders like 50 times a game, and so it's like people want to have it both ways. Like we got to figure out a way to get production out of him, other ways as you alluded to, or we got to figure out a way to scheme it up or block it up better to give him more opportunities, get him in space, do some other things with them. But like they want to have it both ways.
Hey, you got to address this, Severe, man. Perry says, I think my man Severe got it out for Jeanty like Cash Patel got it out for
Hey, Terry Rozier gives. I just want to see production, bro. I want to see production. Yeah, y'all got more excuses than R. Kelly doing the Gayle King interview, bro. Like that's like this. Y'all got more excuses than R. Kelly doing. Man. Like I just want to see. Don't blame everybody else. When I see him, don't blame everybody else.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, man. Like, everybody accountable, man. Chip accountable, Brennan accountable, Jeanty's accountable. They're all accountable for the lack of production. So, like, don't shirk the blame on everybody else. Like, keep it where it's at. If those 3 guys are accountable.
Yeah, I hear you, Severe, but it's.
You make it but you want to make excuses.
It's like are you not disappointed with Chip Kelly at all? Like, are you disappointed with Chip Kelly?
I'm disappointed with Chip Kelly, but I'm disappointed with Ashton Jeanty too, because I watched the film. I watched the All 22. I see the lanes there. I see him not making the correct reads. I see him getting out in space and not making guys miss consistent enough. Is he able to run through tackles? Yes, but I don't want you running through tackles. I want you to make guys miss, get extra yardage, because that missed tackle is going to make you go 5-10 yards. That broken tackle, you might get an extra 2 or 3. Like, I don't want extra hits where less yardage. I want you making guys miss for more yardage.
Right. So is Ashton Jeanty not a rookie?
Yeah, he's a running back is supposed to be the position that translates the best from college to the pros.
But
I was told he was generational.
But rookies are rookies, right?
Rookies are rookies, right? Generational. Rookies are rookies, yeah. But I was told he was generational. Like, don't move the goalpost now. I was told he was generational.
I'm not moving the goalpost though.
Best player I'm just saying in the draft.
He's a rookie.
He's a rookie. I was told he was the best player in the draft. I was told he was gonna come in right now and be top 10 back. I was told he was generational, the best back we've seen since Adrian Peterson, which was the best back we had seen since LT. Like, I don't want to hear no excuses when those are I didn't put that on him. I said I thought he'd be a good player. I don't know if that broken tackle stuff would translate. It looks like it's translating a little bit, not as quite the level it was at Boise State, but it's translating. But I didn't put that on him. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's generational. So when you're good, you need stuff around you to help you. That's the position we're in right now. Because he's a good player. He's not bad. He's not trash. He's good. But he's not generational. And that's what people were. And that's why I said, unless you're Adrian Peterson, unless you're LT, I'm not drafting a running back in the first round. Even Jahmyr Gibbs, who people was like, I thought somebody said, oh, people consider him a bust. Jahmyr Gibbs went for over 1,000 or 1,200 all-purpose yards as a rookie. Almost rushed for 1,000 in a timeshare. As the number 2 guy in the timeshare with David Montgomery. So like, I don't want to hear people saying that,
I'll give you this point. I'll give you this point, man. People are saying the same thing about Jeremiah Love right now that they were saying about Ashton Jeanty last year.
Yeah.
Kind of going through the same processes. You got a point.
Yeah, I mean, an argument can be had as far as like the value of taking a running back, especially in a Raiders situation, because they have a lot of different needs. And like I said, like at the time, like I wasn't leaning towards taking Ashton Jeanty. I thought, I thought the Raiders should have took an offensive lineman. They went ahead and got, Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah. You put Ashton Jeanty in Detroit, bro. He going for 1,500 yards, but we ain't Detroit.
Yeah.
But like he got to get more than 6 carries. Yeah, you go into a Kansas City Chiefs. You go into a Chiefs game.
Dictates the play call though.
You also got to run more than 30 plays.
Exactly, bro. That's my point. The situation dictates play calls, bro. We were down 14 after 2 drives. The first play of the game, Ashton Jeanty gets a carry,
and he had 1 carry.
No, he had 2 carries. He had 2 carries. One was called back for a penalty.
And what did he get in that second carry? 2
yards. So the first play he got 3 yards. The second play he got 2 yards of official carry.
It was 1 carry, bro.
One of them he got like 8 yards.
One carry that was 8. One carry got 8 yards. Jack Bech got called for illegal formation, offsides on offense. Then the next play he got 8 yards. But that wasn't that drive. That was like the 3rd drive. We were already down 14, and it was that was on 2nd and 13. So they weren't looking for a run. They were looking for pass. He got 8 yards. And then I think we got a penalty after that, and then it was 3. And we end up punting. Then we didn't get the ball back until the last drive of the game with like 20 seconds on the game, and we gave Ashton Jeanty a run on that play, and that was like for 6 yards. And that's how we closed out the half. Like the situation dictates play calling. We can't keep running you into the ground if we're not getting chunk yardage, or if we're getting our teeth kicked in. Like it's just not realistic. Like we'd love to, but like, if you want to say get them involved in the pass, cool. But we're not going to be running the ball.
But the thing is, though, like, see, I knew this conversation was going to start, and that people were going to say, oh, well, they're down this many points, so that's why, like. But even how the game started, like, it didn't seem like there was an emphasis to get your best player the football. Like, there was no emphasis on getting Ashton Jeanty the football, and it's been an issue the entire season. It's been a weird, like, hey, isn't Ashton Jeanty play for the Raiders? Hey, isn't Ashton Jeanty the number 6 overall pick? There's been a lot of different moments. It's just too many excuses about, like,
I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's on pace for 272 carries. That he's the 4th most carries in the league. He's on pace to run the ball 272 times. Like this,
you know what?
Like, I don't know where this.
Two things can be right though. 2 things can be right. 272 is where you kind of want them to be. You don't want them no more than that, right? But when you're down 14, get them out of the backfield, bro. Some catches. Yeah. Let's treat them like Alvin Kamara. Like, give them some catches out of the backfield. Right. When they're down 14, they just completely just don't even look at Jeanty no more, bro. Like,
they keep throwing
not even in the
Thornton.
passing game.
They keep throwing these comebacks and these little shorter routes where he's not even getting open to Thornton. and expecting like keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
First drive, we thought first drive we had a first down to third, and they got called back for a penalty. So I mean, like, so like it's saying like it's
no, but we're talking. Like, I'm speaking to totality of the season of what Thornton has given you, like in the short to intermediate. He's giving you nothing, nothing, and I'll be honest with you. He hasn't really given anything. I mean, outside of that first game, he did have like a deep play. Maybe he had like a little drag route, but then after that, like it's just, and, you know, and that's the guy that's probably going to figure out a little later. He needs more development. But I'm just saying, like, who's the best player on offense with Brock, especially with Brock Bowers out? Why is there not an emphasis to get him the football? That's what I want to see moving forward. Are they going to figure that out? Like, are we going to see, like, moving forward, are we going to see games where they're just trying to force feed Dante Thornton? They're trying to force feed Michael Mayer, and then, you know, Ashton Jeanty finishes with 10 carries, 6 carries, 7 carries. You know what I mean? I just want to see a little emphasis of getting the best players of football. I wonder what it's going to look like when we get Brock Bowers back. You know, because if Brock Bowers didn't get, look, if I bet you there's going to be an uproar if Brock Bowers doesn't get the football. Like if he gets like 3 targets, everybody's gonna be like, what is going on? Why are we not giving Brock Bowers the football? But, you know, since Jency's a rookie and like, you know, there's a lot of excuses with, I would say, like you're saying the situations could dictate, which I totally understand with when you're down like a lot of points, you gotta pass football. But then I'm also looking at how the game started, and I'm also looking at the entire season. There's always been questions about like, where's Ashton Jeanty? Why is he not giving? Why can't we see? Like it took him like 3-4 games to get him involved in the pass game. You know, it's just moments like that. We got another super chat real quick. Let me go ahead and address this real quick. Hey man, Severe, if you can take it real quick.
Yeah, I'm used to that guy left chip, but his play calling has been horrible. I've seen one RB screen the whole year. Chiefs game first 2 drives are supposed to be scripted. Jeanty should have touched the ball more. But like when you're down 14 after the first 2 drives, bro, your script goes out the window, man. You don't keep your same script because the game dictates you going away from the script. Like the first play of the game, we run Jeanty 3-yard run. Right, I think we get a first down on that drive. That drive ends, I think, because of a penalty. Second drive, the drive starts. I think Geno fumbles the ball, so we're already 2nd and 12. And then I think we run. I think that's when we run Ashton Jeanty. I think that's 2-yard gain. We throw another pass, and then we punt. And then you look up, we get the ball back. We're down 14. It's like, bro. You want us, and then I think he even still ran once on that drive. So it's like, what you want us to keep just like we're going 3 and out. He's running the ball. He's not getting a lot of yardage. We're not getting first downs. We can't just keep pounding the rock when we're down 21 points to start. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Here's the thing, right?
It's like you shooting twos. When you're down 9 with 30 seconds left in the basketball game, it's like, man, you got the best mid-range jumper in the league, bro. Why you like, bro, like, no, why, like, make it make sense.
Yeah. Hey, and to be honest with you, man, like, when you get down that fast, usually offensive coordinators kind of script those first 15 plays. Yeah. We are 15 plays in the game. We're down 21 by then, bro. Like. Exactly. Like by the time we got our 15th play, we're already down 14 to maybe even 21. Like,
yeah,
bro. And to me, the bigger problem with that is where's the adjustments? Where is it happening? So, okay, so you can't run the first 15 plays. All right, you're down 14. So what do you do now? You gotta start mixing up the play calling. Find your running back out of the backfield for some passes. You know what I mean? Move Jeanty around. You know, he's the best kept secret as far as catching the ball out of the backfield. People think he's the workhorse out of the backfield as far as running the ball, but the dude had over 500 yards receiving his junior year at Boise State. The dude can catch the rock. You know what I mean?
7. I think he had like 7.
Something like 600-700 yards. Like it was something like that, right? Like feed him the ball in any way you can, right? That's what I'm saying. You got to make adjustments.
I need you to elaborate right here. Black Sales Sports. He says, hot take.
Black
Chip
Sales,
Kelly
man.
Ain't the problem. Ain't the problem.
Bro,
okay.
I need to know.
I agree with both you and Pharaoh. Pharaoh's been saying the same thing. I agree with that as well. Like, we do need to get him involved in the passing game because that was something that was a heavy emphasis this offseason. All all offseason, man. It's like, man, they're throwing the ball to Genty a lot. Like people that went to the training camp practices, people who went to the open practice that was in the stadium, was like, man, they're really throwing the ball to Genty a lot, like out of the backfield. Like that was something that was supposed to be an emphasis. Why that hasn't been implemented, I don't know. I can't tell you what goes on, behind those walls, but that was something that they did work on and they did lab, and I think they were intended on utilizing. Like why it hasn't been done, I can't speak to that. And Chip Kelly does need to make adjustments. Like some of his formations, like you starting to be predictable. We run these bunch sets, which is creating, artificial heavy boxes, which is, pause if necessary, which makes it difficult for Ashton Genty to run into. So like we do need to make some things up. But like I said, there's been plenty of opportunities I've seen on film where Genty has missed the lane, missed the cutback, made the wrong read, ran into the back of his guard, where if it was Amir White, y'all be trying to throw the man out the stadium. But because, like I said, people are predisposed to giving Genty the benefit of the doubt, there's it's not him. What is he gonna do? What is he gonna do right there? Like make the right read. Like that's what he's gonna do.
Yeah. Nah, facts. Black salesman. I want to hear your thoughts, man. I want to hear why is Chip Kelly? Why isn't he the problem? So, I think I have an idea of why he might not be the problem. I know Severe has alluded to maybe the issues with maybe personnel or maybe the fact that he didn't have his choice at assistant coaches, like his offensive staff. Like that's another reason. Wild Diggs, the Raiders do stink, man. It is. They're not really the best team right now. So
that's the take of the night right there.
Exactly right.
Yeah, man, that's great insight right there, bro.
Hey, Mike, do you see Charles Grant coming in at right tackle?
Nah, not this season.
Or
man.
not right tackle, left tackle.
At left tackle, he should, but they're babying this dude. That's what it looks like. I would love to see him come in and put Forsyth back on the practice squad or to the XFL, wherever he needs to be. It needs to happen, bro. I really think he needs to move. We need to have him out there, get some reps, feet to fire. This is a rebuild situation, whether you like it or not. You might as well just put him in there and see what happens.
Yeah. No, facts.
If nothing else, like let him be the extra lineman or be the quote unquote the tight end in these goal line situations, or if we run a jumbo package or something like that, let him be that other that eligible lineman out there. Let him get his feet wet on the field, go against some live NFL competitions at the very least. Like he ain't even been active, bro. He probably never put in his uniform on. He ain't put on a uniform since preseason. It's just hanging up in the closet.
Yeah, for real. Nice healthy scratch week by week, man.
But yeah, man. Hey, Mike, man, we appreciate you coming through, man. It's been a great conversation, great show. Shout out to Q Myers once again for him coming through, and obviously Big Mike coming through and having a great conversation, sharing his knowledge, real quick before you head out, Black Sales Sports, I think he's gonna let us know what his thoughts are.
Oh yeah,
let's see, man. Shout out for the super chat.
Black Sales, man.
He said Ohio State had 3 of the top 20 wide receivers in college football. 2 top 10 running backs and top 2 offensive line. We have the weakest wide receiver core, no Bowers and no Mayer trash O-line.
Yeah.
So he's personnel. He's talent. Yeah, it's talent.
Yeah. But even then, bro, I saw him at UCLA. I seen him turn Greg Dulcich, a walk-on wide receiver, into a second-round tight end, one of the most productive tight ends in the nation. I seen him grab Britton Brown from, I think from Duke and turn him into a productive player. I seen him grab Jake Bobo from Duke too and turn him into a productive player. I seen him grab Joshua Kelly from I think he was at what's the school? Not Pomona. I forgot what, but some school with a P. But I seen turn him into an NFL player. So I've seen him do it with lesser talent. Like I've seen him turn like guys that aren't even in the league and have one of the top offenses in the league.
He got Dorian Thompson Robinson drafted.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I've seen him do it. So I don't know what it is. I keep my finger on it, but we need better.
Look, can we agree that at the end of the day, you need talent? We can all agree, like you need talent. Like in order for you to be successful, especially in the NFL, just period, you need talent. But we can all agree, like good coaching raises the floor. So we should be able to see some good things from Chip, but it's just, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. But maybe as the season goes along, we might see, maybe he's adjusting to the NFL because he's been in college, for a few years now. Like, let's see if he can make some adjustments. But I don't know. I'm not seeing 100% with Chip Kelly. But to Black Sales Sports point, offensive line struggled. Mayer was out. Bowers has been out. Bowers is our number one option. The reason why we kind of disregard the wide receivers a little bit was when you have a number one option like Bowers, they just got to be good role players.
Yeah.
And we kind of made sense of it that way. But, he's been hurt. And now, it puts a lot of pressure on, the rookie wide receivers, even a Jacoby Myers who, solid receiver, but he's not a number one receiver. He's more of a good number two, in my opinion. But, man, appreciate the super chat. Mike, man, like I said, man, appreciate you coming through, man. Let people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff, man.
Man, yeah, you can find me at Big Mike Raider. Man, go ahead and search it on YouTube at Big Mike Raider. Across the board, whether it's IG, whether it's X, you can find me there, man. I be talking a lot of shit these days, so go ahead and give me a follow. And shout out to Perry. I can't spit a 16, but I can definitely pimp your ride, man. We can do that, man. We can definitely do that, man.
Yeah,
Get you a nice fish tank.
You say you sound exhibit. You sound exhibit. Yeah, man. Let me give me just a second, man. Here, I'm gonna put the. I'm gonna go ahead and put the your link in the chat. If my mods are in the building, also go ahead and do that.
I was out your neck of the woods a few weeks ago, Big Mike. My son had a game at John Muir out there.
Oh shoot! Okay.
Yeah,
nice, man.
I was
beautiful
there.
Pasadena, man. That's what's up, man. How's he doing? Everything good?
He's doing well. He's doing well. Yeah, doing well.
Nice, man.
And then we got another super chat. Ruben with another super chat, my guy. Appreciate the super chat. He says Chip isn't the problem, but he's definitely not worth the $6 million.
Facts.
Hell no. Not right
I
now.
know he has more in his tool bag. He just working with a QB who can't read the field. Yeah, that's another thing too. We didn't talk about. Geno's played terrible. He's not helping nothing. QB can't read the field and a bad offensive line. I also have a theory his play choices are being capped by Pete.
I mean, we saw it last year with Patrick Graham on the other side, so that's a possibility.
Yeah. Maybe that might be the Pete effect right now. Like, hey, Pete is just he's stressing out there. He's expected to win. Because what did he say in that presser before the bye? He was like, I expected to be ahead. You know what I mean? Like, he's kind of shocked. I don't think he's ever been in a situation where he's coached a team this bad.
Yeah.
That's a cool conversation in and of itself, man. But my salute to my dog, Big Mike. Man.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming through. All right, man.
Hey, appreciate y'all, man.
All right, man.
Peace.
All right, man. Hey, great show, great conversation with Q Myers, obviously, and then Big Mike Raider. I put the link in the chat. Definitely subscribe. Obviously, you can find Q Myers, Locked On Raiders, and everywhere his media is available. Definitely check him out. But we're gonna get into our usual. Actually, you know what? Let's go over like last week and how we did with NFL picks. We're gonna get into NFL picks real quick. If you haven't already, make sure to click in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We got Diggs, you're a Chiefs fan? Come on, man. What are you doing here, man? We got a Chiefs fan in here? Come on.
Gloating. I can't mad at him.
Hank Schrader, man. Hey, that Breaking Bad, man. That's a good name.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, let me go ahead and pull up the results from last week. So I actually went 9-5. I've been consistently getting 9-5. I don't know why. It's just the way it's been happening. I'm gonna have to change some things up because I have not got more than 9 wins this season. Severe, me and you, we're tied up, man. We're just simple and plain. And our guy Minted, shout out to him. Hopefully we'll get him on soon. He went 10-4, man. He's been doing his thing.
Steadily increasing the league, man. Dang.
Yeah, man.
I tried the zig. I still ended up with the tie. Don't make it.
You tried though. But man, me and you are tied up right now. 59-41, and that one tie, obviously, with the Cowboys and
the Packers.
And the Packers, right?
Yeah.
And then Minted, he's 67-33, man. He's in one, so he's comfortable right now. He's comfortable.
Coasting.
So we're gonna have to make a move with this NFL picks. I'm gonna go ahead and set that up right here, man. Severe, if you want to hit up the chat real quick, right? So I can set up the NFL picks in just a second.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna get up out of here. Let's see.
Nah, Francis, we haven't done the picks yet, man. We haven't done the picks yet.
We're gonna start it.
We want to do a 12-leg parlay. That's wild. 12-leg parlay. You probably bet $2 and win like $250,000.
Man.
If you're hitting them things. I think that was a bet one year. Somebody had like some crazy parlay going, or if they won it, I think it was like off a $25 bet, they would have won like $500,000. I think they won every game except I think they needed somebody to beat the Rams in the first game of the year. It was somebody trash, and the team lost. I forgot who it was. It was a crazy parlay. They was very close to hitting it. It was one off.
All right, well, I'm getting ready to. We're gonna start this the picks in just.
I'm watching
Perry.
Here. I'm watching Perry. I'm gonna have to go back and look at all my picks and make sure he ain't sandbagging. Like Severe pick 2, not today.
Hey man, this is all. Hey, you got your proof, man. This is all recorded at the end of the day. It's all recorded at the end of the day.
Pharaoh's an upstanding guy. He's an upstanding guy. I trust him.
All right, here we go. So we
got
that
ass if I find out.
All right, man. So we got the first game. Here. We got Dolphins and Falcons.
Yes.
Who you got, Severe?
Got the Falcons, man. The Dolphins are at this point. I think it's I said it was any good. I said it was gonna be nasty last week. I think the team done quit on Tua for sure, and I think they just don't. This Mike McDaniel's not resonating with them anymore. I don't think they've quit on him, but he's just not resonating.
Yeah, it's pretty much done for them, and it's going to be crazy too. Are they gonna be a team looking at quarterbacks?
Yes.
By the time that draft rolls around, because Tua, man, like I said earlier this week, man, you hear coaches lose the locker room, but man, Tua is literally losing the locker room, or if he's already lost it, he might have already lost it. So I'm definitely going Falcons. Let me go ahead and check and see what my guy Minted got here. I'm sure he went Falcons too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's not gonna pick the upset here because I think Waller's out for the season, or he's on IR right now.
Damn already,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, man. He's just at this point in his career, he's just it's tough. Yeah, he's going Falcons too. So Falcons across the board. Let's see what the night crew is talking about here. Perry says, "Do you think Tua's should say same because he knows this is last year plan?" He didn't sign an extension with them?
I thought he did. I thought they signed him to a contract recently. Is this maybe it was a while ago? No, I don't think so. I don't think it was that long ago though. I think it's fairly recently.
Yeah, it'd be ugly too, because I know we've been talking about hey man, if there's a change in the coaching staff, whether it's offensive coordinator and a head coach and offensive coordinator, we want Mike McDaniel because we feel like the writing's on the wall where he's probably going to get fired at the end of the season.
Yeah.
If he tries to bring in Tua, I'm going to be so mad.
Bro.
I'm going to be heated.
I'm going to be heated.
Because technically that's his boy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He went out and vouched for him. I mean, that was his quarterback.
But I think he was doing that more so as a head coach because I'm pretty sure his job was probably tied to the success and failure of Tua at that point because they weren't getting the best out of him, the previous staff. So I'm sure he sold it I can get this guy to be productive, and he did for a little while. But then the wheels came tumbling off after that. So I don't think he'll want to do it, but there is a world where that does happen. That would be disgusting.
All right. So we got Bears Ravens, second game of the week. I don't know if Lamar is playing. this week.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Because I'm not believing the Bears hype real quick. I feel like they play any team decent, they could easily fold. Because I mean, we've seen when they play the Raiders, like they literally handed the Raiders the win if it wasn't for Geno playing so terribly. Man, I want to go Ravens. And, you know, I think the last I heard John Harbaugh talk about Lamar, he said that, like, he doesn't want to give a number or his percentage of possibly playing.
Bears are 4-2, bro. That's crazy.
I know. I'm going to go Ravens. This might be my upset pick of the week. Go Ravens at home. What you guys be?
Dang, bro. That was gonna be my upset pick. I'm going Ravens too, man. I'm going Ravens.
You going Ravens too? Oh man.
Yeah. I think like last time they played them not that long ago with Tyler Huntley at backup and they beat him. I forgot who it was. I think it was Justin Fields was the quarterback for the Bears. So way different. But they beat him before previously. You know, it's really this hinges on whether or not Lamar is playing. So I'm hedging my bets that Lamar will be back and they'll pull out the win.
Yeah, and Mint feels the same way, bro. He's going with the Ravens.
Damn, so I was trying to go upset there. Damn, see, I go upset if both of y'all pick me.
I know. I didn't think y'all was about to go with the Ravens. But we got Bills. We got Bills and Panthers. The Bills has kind of been they've lost. They had some surprising losses this year.
Yeah.
But oh man, are the Panthers? Are they really? They are playing at home, but I'm not gonna bet against Josh Allen, man. I think they're coming off a bye too. They play last weekend. I'm not sure if they played last
coming
weekend.
off a bye.
So yeah, I'm going Bills. I'm going Bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bills as well.
Lamar's back.
You know,
okay, cool. That's perfect.
Okay. Oh, for sure. Then yeah, that's easy choice. Then. Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Bills as well. You know, it's hard to like you said, it's hard to pick against Josh Allen. In that team, you know, obviously the Panthers kind of been on a little heater recently. But I think the Bills are just they have bigger aspirations. I think they want to come back and make a statement because I think they just came off a tough loss too.
Yeah, and I think that was one of my upset picks. That might have been one of my upset picks. Minted also went Bills, so so no upset picks yet. Everybody's picking the same teams.
Perry said Bryce is hurt. I didn't know that.
I would have picked Panthers if Bryce wasn't hurt. So, okay.
Oh damn. Okay. I didn't know.
We're going with the right teams right now. The chat is on our side.
Yeah, I gotta mix this shit up, man. I can't.
Oh man, this is a weird game right here. Jets and Bengals in Cincinnati. This one is tough because I don't trust none of the teams. But if I'm going off who obviously is playing better this season is the Bengals, even though they've lost Burrow for the season. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Bengals home team.
Yeah,
because the Jets, I don't even know who's gonna start at quarterback.
It's gonna probably be Tyrod.
I hope the Jets win. I hope the Jets win because if the Jets win, that means that gives the Raiders a little bit more hope. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, facts.
Strategic substitutions. Is that
substitutions? You know what it is, yes, sir.
Yeah.
We might not be able to get in front of Jets. One thing that's good is that I think the Jets and the Dolphins. I think they haven't played yet. Right now, have they played?
Okay.
I don't know if they play yet, but they play each other at least one more time. So at least one of them got to get a win. So hopefully in that case it's the Dolphins because like the Jets may only win that one game. So it still might not help us out in the standings. So. But in this situation, I gotta go Bengals. Joe Flacco, I think he saw a little bit of chemistry with him and Jamar Chase and T Higgins had a smooth little game. At home, Jets are bad. Bengals.
All right, Bengals. Let's see who Minton got. Hank says Flacco coming off a good game, but he's not gonna play that crazy again. Yeah, he's good for one of
agreed.
those. I don't know if it's gonna be consistent. Minted also went Bengals. So
Damn.
far everybody playing safe right now, man. Everybody's playing safe.
What a bit. The
don't know what
Ravens
it
one
is.
was. I thought the Ravens one was risky. I just knew y'all was gonna
Yeah,
pick the Chicago.
Yeah, but that's what I thought too. Because Lamar was not a guarantee. I mean, the way like John Harbaugh was talking business, I guess it's official now.
Okay.
They might have came out and said that he's gonna play or most likely play. So we got the next game. We got 49ers Texans. Who you got, Severe?
Man, I'm gonna go 49ers. I hate to do it. It's Texans. They just can't block anybody. But Bosa's hurt. Still though, man, the Texans they can't block anybody, man. Like they can't protect CJ. I gotta go Niners. I hate to do it.
I'm going 49ers. 49ers, like, man, like definition of good, how the value of good coaching. Because they've had like so many like injuries this year. I mean, and they still been finding ways to win the game. I mean, literally Purdy's out, their quarterback is out. A lot of the top options on offense were out. You know, like it's crazy. Like obviously, I think Fred Warner, like they're probably one of their best player, if not the best player. He's out for the season, and they just find ways to win.
I mean, think that those guys have been there a long time. That's part of the reason. That's part of the value of having continuity. You're able to build that because when you have continuity, you're able to build depth. So then you can really have a next man up mentality. It's hard to do that when you're switching coaches every other year. You know, they went from the Texans coach to Robert Saleh, you know, to another guy, but then they brought Robert Saleh right back. So it's like almost like he didn't miss a beat because a lot of those same guys are still there. And the offense, obviously, you know, Shanahan's been there the entire time. So that's, you know, I
feel like Saleh is like blitzing a lot too this year.
Oh yeah, because Bosa's been hurt, and so I think.
But even like in the preseason, I know it's only preseason, but like like they were blitzing a lot against the Raiders too. Yeah. But man, I do want to pick the Texans here.
Yeah, I almost did it, but they just can't protect CJ. Man. That's my only thing. They cannot protect CJ.
But I don't know, man. I don't know if on the road, Texas, DeMeco Ryans, he might be able to have some intel. He's former, coach on that staff, so he knows what Kyle Shanahan likes to do. I'm gonna go Texans upset.
I don't think that's a bad one, like you said, man. Because
I can see the 49ers winning because they just been winning games. I don't know how they're winning it with everybody injured, but.
Yeah, it could be one of those situations. They're like, bro, y'all kind of due for a loss, like one of those types.
Yeah. I don't know if is Purdy going to be back this week. No, I don't know. It's not like they missed him so much. I mean, because Mac Jones been playing well.
Yeah, he only has one loss. I forgot who he lost to, but he low key. I don't want to say he's playing better than Purdy. I haven't watched the games, but he's won more games than Purdy has.
Yeah. I mean, but how many games has Purdy played? I
think Purdy's played 2. I think Purdy is 1-1, and I think Mac Jones is 4-1. I want to say that's it.
Okay. Yeah, he's played more games. So, but Mint also went with the 49ers, so this is definitely upset pick for sure.
So
okay. Hopefully something happens here. But we got Browns, Patriots in Foxborough. Who you got, Severe?
Patriots. Drake May is hooping right now, man. The Josh McDaniels effect. We saw what he's able to do with Mac Jones as a rookie. Yeah. And he got Drake May as a second-year guy, first year in the system. You know, no real weapons, but they still out there cooking. With Keyshawn Butte and you know, Stephon Diggs and then Ramondre Stevenson is balling. They ain't even missed Antonio Gibson, and Travion ain't doing a damn thing. Like Ramondre is getting all the work for the most part.
Yeah. This is easy. Hottest team right now, hottest quarterback right now is Drake May. Yeah, I got Patriots. I did pick the Browns last week. I forgot who was it. Who the Browns beat last week? But this week I can't pick them again, man. I think
did the Browns beat somebody last week?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who did they win? I think
That's disgusting.
that might have been might have been one of my upset picks possibly. Yeah, we picked the Browns. All of us picked the Browns.
They must have been playing the Jets.
Yeah. Nah, it wasn't Jets. It wasn't the Jets. I don't think it was the Jets.
Or the Dolphins. Either the Jets. It had to be the Jets. That's the only teams I'm picking the Browns to beat. The Jets or the Dolphins. And us.
Yeah. By the way, Minted also went Patriots too. So Patriots all across the board. Yeah, it's an easy game right now. That's an easy game. All right, let's see what the chat is talking about, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Yeah, you're right. CMC is playing well though. I'm not gonna lie. You said Mike Vrabel's not losing to rookie Dylan Gabriel. Facts. But that's the thing though. Their defense and I kind of like their that young running back out of Ohio State that they picked in the second round. Yeah, man.
Justin's cooking.
Nice.
Justin's cooking. Yeah, he's him and Cam have been the surprising pick. Well, it's kind of surprising, especially Quinshawn. He didn't really play in the preseason at all. He was like nothing. So he come out there balling like he did. It's crazy.
Hey, Hank, just pray for me, man. I got the Texans an upset pick, man. So hopefully they can pull it out. Everybody in the chat's like Niners, Texans move the ball like they need to. Okay, all right, all right. We'll see. I'm hoping DeMeco Ryans got something up his sleeve, man. That's his former. He was a assistant coach under Kyle Shanahan, so maybe he's more familiar with that team than other teams are. True. But we got Giants, Eagles. Well, this is not a tough game to pick. But the way the Giants played them, the way the Giants are playing, like they're kind of like that wild card team. Like you don't know what to expect from them, especially since Dart's been there at quarterback. But I think the Eagles get their get back, man, in Philadelphia. It's a divisional game. They remember that game. They were embarrassed. Like they're gonna want to get their get back. So I got the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles. And plus the last game too, the way that offense came out, AJ Brown finally got on track. Devontae Smith got on track. Jalen Hurts, had a really good game too. So I think they're starting to put it together at home, as you said, revenge game. Eagles.
All right, cool. I think Minton got the Eagles too. I don't think he's gonna pick this, unless. Oh, did he pick the Giants? He did. Oh, he picked the Eagles.
The Eagles then.
Yeah, he picked the Eagles. He picked the Eagles. All right, so what we got next? We got Buccaneers, Saints. Bucks are dealing with some injuries, but I'm taking the Bucks, man. I'm not gonna play around here. I'm taking the Bucks. Severe, we got. Yeah,
Bucks. Even with all the injuries, Igbuka is a monster.
Yeah, and Tej Johnson's been a revelation.
Tej Johnson, he's been balling too.
Bro, no one really expected him to come out the blue. I mean, a guy 150 pounds running 4.6. He looked like he don't look like he's running 4.6 out there. I don't know if he slipped and fell on his 40 time or.
Thing is, like he was serving at the Senior Bowl though, so that's he was one of the better players at the Senior Bowl. So, like the people knew the talent was there. I think like you said, the frame and his time speed kind of concerned people, but
yeah. My guy Mint also went with the Bucks. Man, ain't no one picking upsets this week. All right, okay. All right, I might have to be a little more aggressive today. All right, so we got Cowboys, Broncos. Ooh, this is an interesting game. Offense versus defense. We all know Broncos got like a talented defense. Cowboys got a talented offense, but their defense is kind of strange, and Broncos offense is kind of strange too. I'm not gonna lie. But they did score like 33 points in the fourth quarter against the Giants last week, so I don't know if that's gonna start. That might be a trend. Man, I hate the Broncos too. I was talking a lot of trash on social media. Yeah, I'm going Cowboys. That's gonna be my pick.
Damn, bro. I was gonna go Cowboys, man. I was going Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Cowboys are my most hated team, but I just hate Sean Payton. And I don't hate Bo
I hate
Nix.
him.
I just dislike Bo Nix. I just hate Sean Payton, bro. I just don't like.
I hate
anything.
Sean Payton more. I hate Sean Payton. I just hate the Broncos more. Just the Broncos.
Yeah.
I
Cowboys
do,
are my
so.
most hated team, like by far. It's not even close, but I just hate Sean Payton.
not as much as the teams in the Raiders division. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh,
like,
for me, it's like
It's but then you start talking outside of division, then it's like the Patriots are kind of up there. The 49ers is somewhere around there is most hated too. But yeah, those are the teams for sure. But you got the Cowboys, or you going with the Broncos?
Yeah, Cowboys.
Cowboys. All right. You got Cowboys. Let's see what the chat is talking about. They got let's see. Is it in Denver? Yep. Mile High. Oh, you have to go Donkey. Oh, okay. All right. DJ saying okay. Coach says Cowboys. Francis, I feel you. Cowboys run that score up. I hope they do.
Coach gonna pick Cowboys because he is not gonna pick a division team.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it. He's for sure biased.
It could be the Broncos versus the Jets. He's like, I'm rolling with the Jets.
Y'all hate Juicy Fruit Payton? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Especially because he's just, I don't know what the way he's taking shots at like Russell. I'm not saying I'm like the biggest Russell Wilson fan. It's just like, bro, like what are you doing?
It's just like,
and like the fact that I think it was last year. I think one of Russell Wilson last year with the Broncos. Remember he was trying to he was playing well that year.
Yeah.
And he was trying to like take away his injury guarantees on his contract. I was like, bro, that's wild, man. That is crazy. But yeah, man. So I think let me go ahead and check. Minted has, let's see who he got. This might be okay. He got the upset. He got Broncos. All right. So we might be a little bit biased here because of Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I hate giving them that too. That's what's I hate giving them that.
I know. Minted. I'm sure he like had time to like think about it and stuff like that. You know, so he took his time and he for sure got the Broncos on that one. Titans and Colts. Oh yeah, this is easy. I'm going Colts. I'm not sure if Titans gonna win another game, but I'm assuming severe. You guys Colts.
Colts.
Yep, it's Colts. It is a divisional game, but like I can't even give the Titans that. I can't even give the Titans that. That's how bad they are. Colts. All right, so yep, Mint got Colts. Hank says only way Dallas loses if Dak has his annual interception frenzy. That's true.
Yeah, I feel that.
They do got some guys in the secondary though. I'm not gonna lie. So, but hey, Lamb is healthy. Pickens is healthy. Pickens is playing like one of the best receivers in the NFL. The Cowboys could also run the football too. Oh, former Cowboy. This might be a get back game. Former Bronco running back.
Oh, Javonte Williams.
Yep. Might be a big game for him. You know how that's true. That's how the NFL works, bro. It's like all the storylines, revenge games. Packers, Steelers. Who you got, Severe?
Oh man,
Sunday night football. This is good, man.
Man, oh man. You know what? Man, I'm gonna go Packers, man. I'm gonna go Packers. I know it's A-Rod revenge game. I'm gonna go Packers because I need to make a move. I figure y'all gonna go Steelers. I can't just keep picking with y'all, man. I got to calculate the risk.
I feel you. I got Steelers in this one, man. I think at home, Steelers lost a tough game against like Cincinnati, where they had no business losing, but it wasn't a short week. But they had like 10 days to prepare for this game. Yeah. And you give a 41-year-old 10 days to prepare for his former team. For his former team, he's gonna be ready. So I'm going Steelers.
Man. I'm going Steelers. Aaron was at the dude that tackled him. he might still.
Yeah, he was pissed.
He was hot.
The Packers when he was on the Jets. Did he play with the Packers when he was on the Jets?
I don't think so.
He might have. I feel like I feel like I remember like there was a game that he probably played. I don't know. He was bad.
I don't know.
He was hurt that first year, so it's kind of hard to. And then that second year was just a weird year. So I don't know. Yeah. Man. Yeah. Sometimes you just be pointing out things I hate. Like he says Parsons is gonna eat, but I don't trust Love. Steelers. Okay. DJ. You know what I'm saying? Hey, TJ Watt's not the same player he was. Is he taking a step back? Is he getting older? Is Father Time catching up? Because I don't feel like is he dominating the way he.
Father Time and injuries.
Yeah.
Look, bro. Look, Max about to be on that same trajectory, bro. It's 3 years in a row. I think Max been hurt.
Yeah. Ooh. Guess what?
Mendon picked the Packers. God, damn, dog. See, I try to zig. This is Mendon, bro. God, damn.
Hey,
dog.
man. Oh man. Hey, look, man. Come on, man. Y'all gave me this one. This is actually a good upset pick. This it can go either way. I'm glad I whew.
Man, that's crazy.
Hey, we got Monday Night Football. Severe and the Commanders take on the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Who you got, Severe? In Arrowhead too. This is gonna be on the road for the Commanders.
I got the Chiefs. Even if Jaden was healthy, I would be picking the Chiefs. But Jaden's not healthy.
Yeah, he's not playing.
Chiefs.
He's not playing. It's
Chiefs.
It's Chiefs. Yeah, Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs just had they low key coming off a bye week.
I would love to pick the Commanders here, but yeah, man, that's no Jaden. That's tough. That's tough. And the way the Chiefs are playing right now, they're kind of hitting their stride. They got their number one receiver back, and their weapons is I want to say it looks like Tyreek Hill in that old Kansas City Chiefs offense, but it looks like they got some weapons on offense this year.
Yeah.
I would say the run game is kind of questionable though. Run game is kind of questionable.
Yeah, Pacheco.
I always thought like the way ever since Kareem Hunt Part 1 left Kansas City, the run game has never been the same. Like Isaiah Pacheco, he's all right.
Yeah, Clyde Edwards-Helaire ain't really got it done yet. It's been it. I don't know if it's like the read. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's talent because I think they drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think it's like he was a 3rd round pick or something like that. So Kareem
Edwards might have been a 1st round pick.
Was he a 1st round pick?
Edwards might have been a 1st or 2nd
at
round
LSU?
pick. He
might have been.
That.
I know he was a number one back that year. Was he a 1st round pick? Did they draft him in the first at the end of the 1st round?
Let me see.
I think
Clyde
they might have.
Edwards.
Was he picked 32?
Clyde Edwards. Let me see. Yep, 1st round, 2020.
Was he picked 32?
He might have been like at the end. Yeah, of course. Like that's the Chiefs always going to be picking at the end.
That's wild. Yeah, that is true. Damn,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. That's Pacheco. That was undrafted. Pacheco was undrafted then, I think, right? Pacheco. I know it was one of their backs.
Yeah, he was late. Late first.
Yeah, out of LSU. I remember that year because I liked him for us. I was like, man, if we can get him, hey, he's like a little change of pace back to go with Josh, But
yeah, man. So that wraps up the picks, NFL picks this week. We'll be back at it next week. We'll fill you in. We'll give you an update on what's going on between that. Just a recap on some of the picks. I got about 2 upset picks. And I think Mint
I don't have any, man.
You don't
I
got
got none.
You play.
I got none, bro. Y'all, man.
You trying to stay the same. You know what I mean?
Y'all colluded, man. Y'all colluded on y'all. We make sure Severe ain't get no upsets at all.
You played it safe. It's all good, man. Sometimes, man, like you gotta. Last week you were a little aggressive, so you gotta even out a little bit because this week you gotta.
Bro, look, I was aggressive. Ended 9-5. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna be 9-5. It don't matter. I'm like the Raiders, bro. No matter what I do, it's gonna be. I tried to take some chances. It meant was like, no, you don't. Nah, brother. You just gotta.
That's funny. That's funny, man. But we appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. At this point, clock out. Definitely, we're going live on both our channels. So if you're first time joining us, definitely subscribe to both channels and also hit the like button, hit the notification bell for the latest and greatest content and all that good stuff. But Severe, it's a bye week, but let the people know where they can find you, where to look forward to, all that good stuff.
You guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, IG, X, True Social, Kick, Twitch, everywhere. The Severe Raider, holla at your boy. Sundays and Wednesdays in the Raider War Room, my guys 805 and Chris from Protect the Shield. Obviously, Tuesdays and Thursdays with my boy PharoahNFL, and the 50/50 show and Around the Shield, which y'all watching right now. So make sure y'all hit those like buttons, hit the thumbs, notification bells, and grab a membership, man. We're gonna be rocking out with Mondays for about a month. It's gonna be open to everybody, man. But after that, it's gonna be exclusive.
Yeah, I gotta get on that membership too as well. But it's gonna take my time on that. But hey, man, we appreciate everybody coming through. We'll be back at it next week. 50/50 show, obviously Around the Shield. We'll have guests. Make sure to tune in. Hey, the Raiders they're not gonna lose this week. Guaranteed. They're guaranteed not to lose this weekend. So that's something to, I guess, be positive about. You ain't got to see a Raiders loss. But we'll be back at it next week because I know they played not the Chargers, but the Jaguars the following week. So we'll see how that looks when they come off of a bye. Do they look like a well-coached team, a prepared team? Are we going to see young guys play, or we're going to see more of the same? Are we going to see is something going to change up? Is there going to be an adjustment? Are they going to pull the plug on Geno Smith? You know what I mean? Is he on a short leash, so to speak, just because the way he's been playing this season? I think there was a lot of benchings. Obviously, in a 31-0 loss, a lot of people were coming in. Kenny Pickett came in for Geno. JBJ got benched. There was a few other guys that left. And then the following day, Pete Carroll was asked about it, and there was gonna be some changes moving forward, and he's all we'll see. So, and that included Geno Smith. So we'll see. We'll see. That's his boy. That's his boy. But we'll see how it shakes out. We appreciate everybody pulling up, man. We'll see y'all next week. Any last thoughts before we head out?
Nah, man. Just we'll see what happens this bye week, man. Obviously, this is an extent. It's they can do almost like a mini training camp type situation, man. They can, now's the time to make some changes, especially offensively. For Chip and Pete, get on the same page, figure out ways to get the balls in players' hands. Brock Bowers coming back, obviously Jacoby if he's still here, and especially more touches for Aston Genty. So, we shall see what they do coming off of this bye week. Let's see what we do in terms of these trades as well.
Yeah, man. We'll see. We'll see, man. We appreciate everybody coming through, man. We out of here. Peace.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.